in my opinion, I would call this album one of the best albums ever I've listened to in terms of Afrobeats, and it's coming from a place of just being neutral.
Production, if you take away the production, the verses are terrible. I think that's probably Omali. I think it was just mumbling through it. I don't know what the fuck he was saying.
Text for me, like, where does Burna rank, like, in terms of like Nigerian greets? Is this like a number one thing?
And I'll give credit to Linda and Victor for good verse. Stanley tried a lot, but I could not feel that track with Stanley.
Wait, sorry.
And
I know you're mentioning first names, but who is Linda again?
Linda is Chinsia.
Okay.
Boy, go call her like your babe.
Okay. Appreciate everyone tuning in and getting on board with today's topics. But let me get everyone up. Feel free to send requests.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Thank goodness. How are you?
I'm fine. I was already up and I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me. So I was like, okay, I guess I have to leave
something definitely was up. Yeah. How was your weekend? I know it's been interesting.
Yeah.
But we will jump right into Burna's show. I think it's fair to kick off with that. I have Winkle. Yeah, I have Magnificent. If there's any other people that were present, I know Magnificent was present. But let me kick off with Magnificent, bro. Burna show. This is probably your 20th or your 19th rather. We've lost count at this point. But yeah, man, how was the show at Stade de France? Sorry, man, my French is a little shaky. Magnificent, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hope you're good.
I can hear you.
All right. How was it, man? How was the show?
What's Bruna? What are we expecting for? Sold out a stadium in France, which is no.
Oh, sorry, man. You sound a little bit choppy. A little.
How about now?
Yeah, much clearer.
In standouts, that was no small feat. It was magnificent. He continues to amaze me. Even when
Oof. On my network, or
yeah, maybe we should move on to someone else. Because I'm in the bar right now.
okay. Once you have your mic cleared out. Appreciate it. All right. Any other submissions for it? It looks like just from my vantage point, just looking at the clips, it looked like it was another great Burna show out. But obviously different skill when you're talking about stadiums, right? Like it's an absurd level of production that goes into that. And yeah, I think from what it looked like, from every account, it looked like a great show. And yet another moment in history, to be honest, when it comes to Africans and the music on the global stage, as far as global stages go. I mean, France is a big market as well for music, and to do that in that space is it's very, very commendable for an artist of that caliber, for sure. Anyway, any other accounts from it? Any other accounts?
I obviously was not there, but it looks beautiful. I love a good stuff. I think like the overwhelming thing was like the performances were good. I saw he had like some openers, including Nisi.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, man. Speaking of openers or people he brought on stage, there was a big major reveal.
The Lahore.
Charlie Poppy showing up. Yeah, man. It's been lingering. The news of it being there has been lingering, but it's not confirmed. Or at least it's coming out to show that he is going to be on a remix or a different version of the song. A song that's already priming up to be one of the biggest records of the year. And to see Burna on top of that yet again, man, it's gonna be a massive jump for the record. But yeah, man, I'm excited about that. And I guess I was able to, because I didn't make out the entire verse, but did you guys make out the entire verse of?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's a really good verse.
Okay, nice.
It was just a good, like, when Bernard jumps on the track, he just adds his own element.
He takes it over sometimes.
Yeah.
A little much.
This one, in fact, it helps Sally Poppy, if I'm being honest, because
of course, that's the whole point.
Yeah, it helps him a lot in terms of the elevation of the song. I do think I'm just interested to see where Sally Poppy goes from here, because if this song is picking up now, this is like low-key a bit of an Oxlade moment in his career, meaning like, the trajectory of this song traveling past the shores of Nigeria and also the shores of diasporans. Right. Let's see how he picks that up.
Okay. Solid. We'll see how he holds up, man.
Okay.
So it looks like Magnificent is back.
Oh, sorry. I was but I'm currently with Ade.
Oh, Ade is there. Solid. No, let's greet Ade now.
Yeah, we are together. We are at the bar. Sorry, we had to step out because of the network.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. He's saying "I" by the way.
Okay. Now. Oh yeah, now.
Okay. I really enjoy. Okay. Yeah. As I was saying, the stuff, it's no surprise. No one is surprised about it, but at the same time, it continues to, surprise you.
Right.
Because when they announced the stadium, this is for anyone who is like a concert head, you will know this is like an off-peak for stadium. This is April. People are just coming out. The winter is just getting off. People are just coming out. Not really right time to do a stadium. Stadiums are usually starting from May up until August, September. So it's like an off-peak season for concert, not even a stadium concert, not even like a normal arena or indoor something. So that was one of my worries initially, thinking it wasn't even going to sell out. But even I continue to underestimate him. There's no adjective anymore, but it's Burna, so we just have to continue to awe in his magnificence.
Yeah.
And he did well initially when Nisi performed with Fireboy at the beginning. The sound was a bit choppy. I was worried that it was going to translate into the whole show, but Mama Burna, you could see Mama Burna on stage shouting at someone about the Fireboy's mic, and they fixed it. He came on, he did his thing. The Charlie Poppy's remix was probably the biggest surprise of the
night, right?
We were thinking he was going to announce like a album beats, but hopefully he does it in Manchester today. But that was like the biggest surprise of the whole thing. Everyone was shocked. But it felt the remix felt kind of weird, because like someone said, probably this was the original verse. This was the original one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know Burna, like he has said, put him on the remix, it goes first.
Right.
It doesn't look like he went first on this one. So it felt like this was like the original one they recorded.
Yeah.
I also feel like it might not even come out.
You think it might not come out, right?
I don't think it might come out.
I think I'm on board with you, thinking it might not come out. But
I just think it's just one of those things that they were sure, okay, it's Lahore, or maybe I don't think I'm kind of on the fence.
But I think the response to an idea of it, I think might probably flip it. But then again, we'll see, because everyone is raving about it in terms of
maybe it tests the water. Everyone was on board and they decided to do it.
Yeah.
But if it left to me, I've always wanted Burna and Charlie to do something together. Left to me, I don't want their first work together to be a remix.
Right.
And if it's Lao, no problem, we'll take it. But at the same time, if it doesn't release it, I wouldn't swear over it.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, I think I said in a space 2 days ago, like this show was like it marks the end of the I Told Them era,
Right.
or the beginning of another era, because this is the first time since City Field in 2023 where he didn't open a show with the I Told Them intro.
Right.
He opened with a song with the Level Up with Yusundor. This is the first time he has done that since 2023. So maybe he's trying to. This is the beginning of a new era. The I Told Them era has ended.
Right.
So, and this one in Manchester, I think he opened with Location for some reason, which was strange. Well,
Makes sense because it's the UK.
Yeah, well, it's still a bit strange. And you brought out Dave in France, but not in Manchester.
Wait, when did the Manchester show happen? Today?
Is it happening today?
It's currently happening right now.
It's happening right now as we speak, right?
Yeah.
And you know this info. Oh, you're really a Burna fan.
I mean, I have people there.
Right.
I mean, Dave wasn't out in Manchester, but Dave was out in Paris, which was kind of strange.
Yeah.
But if you knew, you would assume. Another strange thing was that Central C was there yesterday, and Dave wasn't there. Dave was in France instead. And I feel like Dave and Central C has the biggest song. And I would assume you would be in Manchester performing the song, the Splinter, but it was in France instead, which was strange. And again, another thing about the show is just the design.
Yeah. Okay.
The stage design. Maybe I don't know who was in charge, but they had an intro for every artist that came. For instance, when Dave came on, they had a special way of bringing him out from the back. He had an empty seat at the back, which was weird. When Defile came on, he came on from under the ground.
Okay.
Same as Daju.
Okay.
And where now too came out. It came out with the whole smoke show and everything. It was really
wow.
planned. I wish Fireboy performance was a bit better because of the sound. Because Fireboy is one artist I have not really gone to see. Thank you. But besides that, it was okay. Nothing else to say.
Nice.
We've run out of superlative.
Nice, man.
But the Lahore, by the way, is just, if it doesn't release it, I don't care.
Right. So, I mean, overall, when it came to, like, I guess the set list, were there any, like, surprises? I know you mentioned that he opened up with Level Up, which was the first time since the I Told Them era.
Actually, I have a surprise.
Yeah.
It did not really perform bundle by bundle. He performed he started it, but then he was interrupted by, I think there was an issue in the crowd. And he stopped to ask, is there anything happening in the crowd? Is everyone okay?
Gotcha.
And then he just moved on to the next song.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of strange.
Yeah.
That way.
Sorry, I want to push back a little. That comment about you don't care if you drop Lahore remix. Sorry, I feel the same way about Lahore remix as I do. What's that song? The one with Marley. Jah in the Moonlight or whatever. What's the name of that song?
Yeah,
Praise Jah in the Moonlight.
Oh, right.
I need them to actually drop it.
That was teased for a long. That was last year.
I need them to drop both of them. I don't care.
He listed in Glastonbury. He said they made me make a remix because I like it, and they even released it. Yeah. That means it was not even up to him. So
yeah, it wasn't up to him. But then even what's his name also played it as well, and then they did it together again after that. So he played it on that, not Burna, but the YG Marley. He played it on that live stream, and then after that,
it's probably
they did it together again. So it's just like it's there. So those two songs, I'm like,
at this point, I don't think it's coming.
I get the idea of like let them not drop Lahore remix and let them not drop but it's like those are two songs that I would appreciate if they came out.
Yeah, I think YG Marley has most definitely moved on from the song. But Yeah, man, I didn't even remember that. That's true.
It brought out Charlie today also. At Manchester.
He didn't have Charlie today at Manchester.
It did.
Oh,
It
he
did.
brought him. Oh, okay, he did.
And they performed the Lahore remix again. So there's probably something happening.
Okay.
It might happen, it might not. But again, like I said, it's just one of those things that if he releases it, fine. If it doesn't, it's not like it's gonna.
Gotcha.
It's not one of those things I'm gonna miss, because from what I heard in the stadium, I could literally sing his whole system bar already. It's not really like he had two verses or something. It's just one. And another thing is the fact that they removed the first part of Lao to put in Burna's verse, the Minister of Enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
So
a different arrangement this time.
Yeah, it's the part where Charlie said the Minister of Enjoyment Intercontinental.
They take it out. Yeah,
okay.
they take it out for Burna's verse.
Yeah, so again, it's not really something I would be sad about if it doesn't release. So
Gotcha. Makes sense. Appreciate that, man. For the first-hand experience, man. On the night of the stadium show, and it definitely is like it's a confirmed thing where it's sold out, and that's historic in its own sense. Like getting that many people out as well. Impossible.
Just one last thing to add. Yeah, the one he's doing at Manchester for some reason is actually more impressive than what happened in Paris.
So where's the venue for Manchester? Because I'm trying to see on his.
It's in the Co-op Arena. That's the largest indoor arena in UK.
Okay, and what's the capacity there?
23,500.
23,500. That's crazy. It's
actually much more impressive than the 100,000 he did in Stade de France.
Why is it much more impressive? Sorry,
because it's fucking Manchester.
Right?
Anyone that's been to Manchester knows it's up north. It's cold. No one really comes out for anybody.
Right.
It's the Nigerian population compared to
London
or Birmingham. It's way different. And for you to do that again off peak,
right,
for concert, for you to do that in April, it's actually much more impressive than Paris. I wish I was there, but I was telling Ade today, Burna, the amount of money I spent on Burna this year, I'm not going to any Burna concert against him next year.
You actually need to get cash back.
No, I mean, I think someone on his team definitely needs to get catch wind of how much you've supported Burna, man. Like
put out content on it, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry because I don't know what you mean by 20 shows.
Yeah,
20 is
man.
crazy.
That's wild.
The thing is, one thing about Burna is you get your money's worth. So I don't feel like I'm.
Oh no, 100%. Because I
Right.
think now I've officially done either 6 or 7.
Yeah, and
So but 20 is crazy.
You guys are telling us you're rich indirectly, but first.
I mean,
Honestly, me, I've only attended to.
It's from starting from 2016 at the PlayStation Theater in New York.
Right.
Yeah, that was the first one. Then he did the couple in Nigeria, I think, and then in Switzerland, and
Right.
the UK, France.
Yo, Magnificent, I have a question for you real quick.
Oh, is it sponsoring the space? Is it a question about sponsoring the space, Chibi? Because we can ask.
No, at all. No. I was just making a light joke. Nah, not at all. I was going to ask him what he thought about if Lahore was going to be like on Burna's album, like the same way they have with Taliban's too.
Right. Or for campaign.
Yeah, I wanted to know how you felt about that. I mean, you were kind of indifferent if it dropped either way, so I just wanted to know if you felt if it dropped.
I think it's going to go the other way. If released, it's going to be on Charlie's album.
Right. I think so too.
I think the whole of Burna's album, according to what Remu said last year, he said Burna's album has been ready since the ending of last year.
Okay.
I don't think Lahore is going to be there. Especially if he's going to be on his album, he's definitely going to have more than one verse on the.
And I thought about that as well, like a more extended version than the version that they dropped
Yeah,
originally.
because
Like add some more flavor.
it's just like asking if Burna will put the song like Dwy on his album.
Yeah.
He just add a little. It wasn't even up to 40 seconds.
Right.
So I don't think he would want to put that on his album. But
For Campe
if you
is
ask about
definitely showing up
the
though, right?
Campe,
Yeah, for
huh?
Campe is definitely showing up on the album, right?
Uh,
Right
again,
now it's being distributed.
it looks more possible because
Yeah.
of the way also released on that spaceship.
On that
I think
spaceship.
it's true because
Yeah.
Bonner are the people that are actually pushing the song.
Yeah,
Mad.
person they speak Creole for song, they speak French. You think they no go one Adam for an album?
Yeah.
For me, I just think that if the Focampe is there, then obviously I would see why they might push for a Lahore based on the
No,
That might be too
There is
much,
no way.
though.
There
No,
is
I mean,
no,
no way
I
Burna
think
is
Lahore
I,
will
obviously
be
not.
here.
I
Come
think it's
on.
gonna be the opposite. I think because for Campe is there, they'll probably want to not lean into
Not
Lahore.
force it too much, Fairs.
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
think it's just gonna do like putting Dua remix on the album. It's gonna go on because Charlie also teased an album recently.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
so
He has to put out an album after Lahore for sure.
it's probably gonna put it on the
Yeah.
album. Hopefully.
For sure,
So
man.
I think for Brunner, he only has space for one Nigerian act on his albums, and this he's also, if you look at his previous album,
No, for real, yeah.
I think this one is going to be Ashake.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they were in the studio together last year, so maybe.
Okay.
But I would like to see something with Ashake or even Sheyi vibes again.
Have there been any other artists that we've seen Burna in the studio with? Because I know Burna has been in Nigeria for a while. Or at least he has been.
Chloe.
It was a
Nah, yeah,
Shabuzi.
come on, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Shabuzi track. That's
Oh,
something I definitely wanted
Shabuzi.
to hear.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, I actually thought he was leaning towards like a cowboy themed, like kind of vibe towards this album based on his branding or
That's what I
whatever.
wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. Because if you look at it,
Yeah.
the whole I told them thing was about the 90s hip hop, the old Timberland, whatnot, with what are their name, the Wu-Tang and everything. That was the old vibe. If you look at Love That Minute, it was like a carnival.
Yeah.
Look at Twice As Tall was a spaceship, and African Giant was the introduction of the old gorilla vibe. So if the old when he teased the cowboy thingy at Glastonbury, I thought that was what he was leaning towards with the new album. But then he has kind of calmed down with it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're going in a different direction for the album. But I was kind of seeing what the old cowboy, because with Shabuzi again, who is like a country singer,
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go lean the country way, which is something we've not really seen in the Afrobeats thing, the Afrobeats and country together. You know what it's going to sound like.
Right.
I mean, he's done it before.
Well,
Burna?
Yeah, on his early EP, he made cowboy music. On Burn Twos, there's a song called Cowboy Music on there.
Sorry, are you asking Burna Country?
No, I'm saying that he has done it before. There's a country.
He's citing some deep cut Burna.
There's a country song called Cowboy Music.
You know what?
Burn
Sorry,
Twos.
I don't even know if Magnificent is still speaking because I can't hear him anymore.
He is.
I'm speaking.
Okay.
Can you hear him?
I think I caught the last half of it, but I was gonna mention Still and Bangles too.
He had a country song on that?
No,
the theme.
Oh, just the theme. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or the aesthetic. Gotcha. Yeah, man. Any other thoughts on the Burna show? I know Fireboy
Man, I was
also
gonna
had a
weigh
show.
in something real quick, right? So Burna has. I don't want to like speak about the timeline on the peak, but he's been like kind of at the top for a minute, right?
Right.
Like he's doing these feats that are so impressive, and I saw that Adi Chopper's video that kind of put things into context for me. Like, where does Burna rank, like in terms of like Nigerian greats? Is this like a number one thing?
In the greatest conversation, like in terms of achievements and highs, I mean it's clear cut, right?
You think it's clear cut? Like just delivers him number one, no argument.
It's never gone beyond Burna.
Can I just ask?
You know, the reason why I'm asking is because I know that when you're like putting somebody at the top of his sound, there are a lot of things that come into play. How long you've been relevant, like discography, sales, all of that. And Burna has clearly, like, on a lot of fronts, like, been on a few of these fronts, he's like the number one person there. Even though on some, he might not be the number one. So is he unanimously like the number one Nigerian artist of like all time based on what is like going on right now?
Yeah,
Especially the
yeah.
He's
stadium
the
P.
number one.
Yeah.
So
I don't
He
think
is
it's
actually the number
I
I
one.
don't think it's
think
a
this
discussion.
number one conversation brings up a lot of issues, and I shout out to you, Chibi, but I actually hate that we do this. Let me not lie to
Fair.
you, I really do, because it goes back to the whole big three thing. It goes back to the whole thing, but the reality of things and the way I look at the Burna thing is this: like, you can have a conversation of, oh, who is the greatest Nigerian artist. That can be something that people would, even if you can say it's not debatable, people will still try to debate with you. But I think the real conversation of where you would place him as number one is who's the number one essentially highest achieving, like who has
Yeah.
achieved
Who has
the
achieved the most?
most
Yeah.
things. Then I think that's a clear and cut Burna answer.
Yeah.
But then if you say, does that make him the number one Nigerian artist, they will fight you. And then it goes back into, oh, no, it's Davido, it's Wizkid, it's this, it's that. And then we go back to that nonsense. And I think the better answer to your question is Burna is the highest achieving Nigerian
Which
artist
is
of all
greatness.
time. And
Which
you
goes to
cannot
greatness,
argue that
right?
one.
Yeah. Like yeah.
You can't argue
Like
that.
So it's
even when the
undeniable at this
Billboard,
point type
even when the
thing.
Billboard, like do all this number one, number three, they always categorize them. Who's the best live performer? Who is the pop star of all time? Like it's still categorized. So I feel like in the Nigerian kind of
Yeah.
context or anything like that, I think um would we say if we're going to make up categories on the spot, would we say is Bernard the most how must it, you know when someone,
Most influential?
yeah, most influential,
I think that
then
conversation is different. I think that conversation is different. I mean, you're taking in more factors. I think it's a lot more open ended and subjective than, or not necessarily. Well, it can be subjective. Like I know the list you're referencing. I think it's like the greatest pop stars or like the biggest pop stars in X century.
yeah.
And then there was a list of that. I think I don't remember all the factors that Billboard was going by, but I remember influence being a big one. And in terms of that, I would say the conversation being more open ended with the other guys. I think that's a different conversation than
Man, do you know the
who's the
problem with this
greatest.
thing now? I
Yeah.
think that Burna is so far ahead in all the other things, right? So maybe influence somebody else is like rivals Burna. Maybe he's number three there. But when it comes to things like sales, like
Right.
like as an artist, an individual artist, he's like far ahead. When it comes to tours, he's like far ahead. When it comes to maybe even endorsements, like he's I feel like he's so far ahead of the pack in like other categories that by the time you want to give the other guys the categories they lead, overall he just kind of like takes it all. That's the angle I'm coming from.
Yeah. I
Yeah, the
guess.
realest angle.
What do you think that's fair on other artists?
Let them
For
not work
artists
hard now.
to recognize what Burna has done, I think artists would definitely even attest to it. Like, I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
think.
but I don't think. Honestly, I don't think it's fair. That's why this whole big three stuff has always been kind of weird to me because Burna is in kind of a weird position on the big three. Like if you compare him to the rest, again,
Yeah.
no respect to any of them. It's going to look like it's going to look weird and it's going to look like
I know why you're saying that. You're probably saying that because of longevity, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have to
Yeah.
look at many of the people who are big fans of artists like Wizkid or
Right.
Davido.
No, for sure.
You look at things like many of them. The reason why they are fans was because back when they were in uni, Wizkid came to the university, performed, and they were like, "Oh, this guy they grew up with."
Right.
And all of this, and now he's this big thing. So
Yeah.
you kind of feel part of the journey.
Yeah.
Well, with Burna's rise to fame, it's like it's not linear.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Of course.
like
Yeah.
it's shot up from nowhere, and he's at the top, and it's like it's on steroids.
Right.
You know, other guys are gonna look at it like, okay, Wizkid and David, they took the route.
Right.
They went up. It was linear, but someone just came out of nowhere and just,
Right.
So
Right.
I don't think it's fair.
Yeah. No. I think. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Big Bang.
Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with that. So like there are people like me who were Burna Boy fans from
Yes.
early. So it's like
Yes.
when people were seeing
Bloomberg no
Wizkid in
go flex his zero
university,
card care.
I was there like listening to um
Oh,
Burna Boy featuring
serious.
gospel on SoundCloud, and I
Yeah.
was going crazy and like singing in school. So like watching the trajectory from obscurity to like the top for me is what makes me like even more crazy about the whole thing. So like
Yeah. But
there,
you
and I
understand what
know
he.
I'm not alone. No, I understand what you're saying for like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
general like
You know what he's trying to
viewers.
say, but
Yeah.
there's no need to.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like
I think that's why it matters what the conversation is. It matters if the conversation is about who has achieved the highest like a level of achievement you can get out of music from Nigeria. I think it's pretty clear cut.
yeah,
If you're trying to
if it's
define,
numbers,
yeah, if you're trying
yeah.
to define greatness in the larger scheme of just overall presence and influence and impact in the market, yes, there's other people that you can bring up names next to a Burner Boy, and I think that's when they can have more substantial conversations as opposed to like one that feels very objective like and clear cut
Yeah, I
as we
think
Yeah,
can
but
see.
if we want to talk about like greatness, like just the word greatness, it's very subjective because there are people that would never let you like to take it away from like music. There are people that would never let you call Floyd Mayweather the greatest boxer of all time because of Ali.
Right.
But Floyd is 50-0. So if we're just talking like best performance, it's Floyd. But if you want to talk about greatness, they want to tell you about how Ali made them feel.
Right.
Like, and maybe Burna Boy doesn't have that effect on a lot of people. And
Fair.
some people would never, even if like he should win 20 Grammys and some people will still never give him that because of say the way Fella made them feel or say the way, I don't know, some other person made them feel.
Right. Right.
It like the tag greatness is kind of to each his own until it becomes general consensus at some point.
but
Let me go
I
say some other things here.
yeah, but I think that's why people just use the word big three just so that nobody feels left out of the greatest conversation. It's hard to really, like you said, pin it on anybody, right? So
Right.
the big three conversation is there just to make sure, just to acknowledge the fact that everybody is great in their own lane, all right?
Taj,
Wait, is that Taj?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Taj.
was like,
Yeah,
because
that's
he's not
Taj.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tad, sorry, this thing that you're saying, is Wiz and Davido have always played around the same level on some scale. I feel like Burner he's not playing on the same level anymore with them. Like his skill is so much more advanced. So it's not like it's like when we did the big two, big three thing, then they were all playing around the same like level field. I don't think it's the same anymore. Like, and you can kind of see that in the doings, like it's clear.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, when you realize that all three of them are on borrowed time, right?
Yeah.
Like, like when you think about artists' lifespan, they are all on borrowed time. Like what they are doing, it's like Ronaldo, Messi. Like what they are doing isn't normal, right? Like they've pushed past when they should technically
That should
be
technically
stand.
be
So
be sidelined.
it's so big
I
three
don't
conversation should
agree,
have actually.
Sha.
So big three should have conversation should have actually ended maybe 3 years ago. Everything we're seeing now is just like an extra run that is like, yeah, there's no point of considering this as anything anymore. Like to an extent, like I'm not saying like obviously everything like we acknowledge the greatness, but just in terms of competition, I don't know that there's any need for three of them to compete again.
You're right.
They've all reached like I mean, technically max, but it's crazy that Bruna is still punching. I don't even know where else again is above this, but hey,
Yeah.
man, it is what it is.
I don't think there's a competition because of like they don't need to compete. I don't think there's a competition because Borna is so good. Like Gnamwan is clear of the two people that were mentioned in every category. Like apart from like maybe the
Okay.
influence in like
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
like Nigeria for
Yeah, I
whiskey.
think it is yes, I understand that it's yes, it's clear now, and if you want to say that fair, it's clear. But like I think when you have these conversations, you just don't want to be that way, so you don't
Yeah. No,
take away
I
the
think
impact of
Brucey,
yeah.
I
others.
do, I get
No,
it.
no,
That's just it. It's
and to be
just a
honest,
PC way of
yeah. Yeah.
you're just being political about like
Yeah.
we understand obviously like it's not night out. They like it's like beating a dead horse. Like everybody knows. Like bro, you
Yeah.
can't be able to
Taj,
say it every
Taj.
day. is not
Taj,
going to change for that. We don't know that.
Excuse me.
Taj, you need to wake up. We're done with the big thing. We're coming for Post
Hello.
Malone now.
Yeah, Post Malone.
Oh
That
my
guy's
God, what is
Yo,
Pixel?
that was
Exactly,
funny.
like, bro, right now,
Pixel, where
if
is
you don't
Pixel?
even,
My
like-
goodness gracious. Of all weeks for Pixel not to be here.
Pixel took cocaine.
Pixel, banger boy, man, banger boy.
Pixel, man. That was an amazing tweet. I mean, even the tweet that he was responding to was even crazy.
Bro, the one about the Grammys?
No. So the tweet he was responding to said something about, why is Charlie Poppy featuring Burna? It should go. You should go and put Post Malone on Lahore. Which I get the sentiment of you can always go above Burna, right? I understand you can always go up. There are other artists that have a wider reach than Burna Boy. But to see that entire pool of artists wider than Burna Boy, you decided to just land on Post Malone.
Why you stop at Post Malone? If it was talk Lucifer,
I was like, wait, what?
If I ask for AJ Gabriel,
I was like, wait. I was like, what is going on? And then Pixel's response, now I had to overdo it.
But Post Malone don't play this stadium for
What
Abuja.
would that even sound like?
Right? Like, why? You never even go to.
I know Post Malone is versatile and stuff, but like, what would that sound like?
Not Lahore versatile. I'm sorry, man. I don't know.
The guy was on hip hop for a long time.
No, he was.
Now he's doing country.
He's a shapeshifter, of course, but
he's a really good artist.
Conversation in general. Like someone was talking about, would anybody have guessed Lahore would have been like we knew it was a hit when we heard it was the snippet, but do we think it was going to like cross borders like this?
Cross borders.
Like, you know, TikTok.
You never know. You never
TikTok,
know.
Man, can have TikTok. Jesus.
You never know records.
TikTok has just proved itself again, and obviously it is based on the verses. The verse was just perfect for everyone to show off what's happening in their life. It was perfect for creators. It was perfect for, regular people. Like, it was just one of those songs that just, the verse really just did it. So the rounds are definitely working in his favor.
I think the key word for me is simple. That's all I could explain about it.
Yeah, it was simple.
Very simple. And the thing is that
the production on that was crazy in my opinion. I
very
really love
minimalist
that production.
baseline heavy.
Yeah.
Like it's just punching you immediately, like.
Bro, there's so much space in the beat. Like, see what Cash Cobain did on that shit.
Yeah,
like, that guy
Cash Cobain was crazy.
Like, there's so much space in it.
That's exactly one of my issues with this song. Like, why I said if Burna doesn't go on it, I wouldn't mind, because what makes Lao is the simplicity.
Right.
Very easy. Charlie didn't say too much. It's just Lahore.
There's one Lahore.
I can see 50 Cent on that song.
Bro, I can see hip hop guys on it.
Yeah.
Very hip hop. In the DMs, hip hop niggas can slide on that beat easy.
Yeah.
Which is why Post Malone is not a bad shot.
It's just random as fuck, bro.
It's just random, but low-key, the space is enough for
it's just random.
Anything on it.
Real quick, I was gonna even say something now. But it just blanked on me.
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead, Nai.
Sorry. I was just gonna say a part of, and this I'm taking it back to the tour. But a part that if I was there, I think I would have really loved was the Soul Train he did with that.
With Update.
Yeah, and funny enough, I'm not a fan of that song. Not that I'm not a fan of it, but it's just I'm never in tune to like listen to it like crazy. I've never downloaded it, but looking at that, I feel like that defines his greatness. And not defines his greatness, but I feel like that was just such a beautiful moment in the concert. I feel like Burna's just he knows how to conceptualize things, and I feel like that is what is lacking in a lot of Nigerian artists, including the one I love. If you don't know how to conceptualize your, trust me, you guys are going to be very surprised at the 5 review. Anyways,
we'll get to the 5 review.
I feel like one thing that I really don't like with a lot of Nigerian artists, that they don't know how to conceptualize the music that they make. And I feel like you can see the intentionality, and he does it all the time, so it's not really a surprise. But I feel like out of all, like, I just really enjoyed that segment of the tour, because I wouldn't have even expected it. I would have just expected him just to be, dancing shirtless. But that was a very good segment of the show.
Wait,
Yeah, but it's
You
normal. It's kind of normal when you look at the Burna's albums. He's always had that one song that are just meant for performance
For
and
performance
transition.
sake, yeah.
If you
a
look at
couple
Mm.
songs.
if you look at I told them it was anyone's seen Burna perform Giza? It's
Yeah.
or on Love
Or
Damage
normal. Was it
it was
normal? I think when he
yeah,
performed normal
normal
too was
and Giza.
insane. Yeah.
Yo,
On
Normal is such an
Damage it was
underrated jam.
Kilometer
Yeah.
That's
and
such an
Last and It's Plenty. On African Giant it was the song with Zlatan, Killing Them. He's always had that song, even if it doesn't really blow up.
Mm-hmm.
Watching him performing is that's why when I heard updates, I saw the way Bonner never really does dances in his music video, but you see the way he was going all out in the music video, dancing with the old soul train vibe. You just know he's bringing this to the stage, and this is one of the
And that's what makes
songs.
a very great, like I said, that's what makes a great artist. Is like you're not only making music for
For
what
studio
is gonna, yeah,
consumption.
for studio or like recording purposes and for it to, to blow up in clubs. You're making it also for when people listen to you live, which is gonna be your biggest, like, I guess, a money generator. People will appreciate that moment, will appreciate that song, and I think he does that really well. Hence why he can transition so smoothly into like to his song list, because he has crafted his music in a way that is comfortable to him, so he's not just catching on the next trend. Although yes, you can say that, heavy on the sampling, heavy on this, but it's still something that is appropriate for him and his artistry. So when he comes on stage, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But even though you didn't appreciate that song on, like, when you listen to it on Apple Music, and I feel like Rema also has that. I can't say too much on the transition part, but I feel like I've definitely gone to Rema's concerts and I've appreciated a song more, like, in when I've seen it live in comparison to when I've heard it on my words, on like Apple Music or something.
Gotcha.
Sir,
Yeah.
Emmanuel, can you just permit me to do something real quick?
Like what?
You're not permitted. You're not.
I'm a very
You're not.
patient man.
You're not.
Like what?
Because I know what you're about to do.
I
Don't
have
do
no
it.
idea what he's about to do.
Nah, this guy
Let's
is
see the
about to
cool.
come and talk on updates, man. I talk about how
You want to
how when
speak on
Let's see
update
the
update?
dropped.
cool.
I'm a very patient man.
Okay.
I remember when update dropped.
Right.
And you, TB, especially, thank God you are here. God bless you for being here. I told you people that update is for the stage.
For sure.
Chibi, you are saved by the bell. My food is here. Let me stop all that.
I'm crying.
Saved
No
by the
one-
Bell.
no
See,
one-
I didn't say update is not a bad
Yeah.
song, but I'm just like, for a single of an album, I just did not like. It just did not move me as much. It's a good song, like it's not bad, but
I think Chippy would still be right about that. Like,
Yeah, like I don't know that like general consensus has changed on that.
yeah,
song.
I don't know
Like,
if it has changed quite yet, but I'm
I'm
sure.
a very
Can I
patient
ask
man.
Yeah, anyway.
yeah, you still have some patience to still go
For
through.
sure.
Like,
Yo,
I
can you
don't-
guys hear me?
Niggas say this
Wait.
stuff so patient.
Anyway, Dante, real quick
Yeah.
before we round up
Yeah,
the burner topic.
because the point Chief just made was interesting, because this is not even about updates, but there is a theory that I think I heard Excel say on like a platform that Last is not a Nigerian artist type single. Like that's not a record you would pick as a single in the first place.
In terms of the soundscape, like the hip hop
Just-
into it, and
That was I don't know about it, but it was like he doesn't think a Nigerian artist would have seen that and felt like, oh, that's single material.
right.
So maybe it's actually on brand for him to pick records that people might not think it's single.
Technically, update
Material.
is anyway. Yeah,
I mean, it's a groove. Anything that's
it's a
is single
groove.
material in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
like he
Yeah.
can pick it as a. Most people would go with that as a single in some
Anything
cases.
that makes people dance is always single material when it comes to Nigerians, because that's like our
Alright,
primary.
and the last thing I'll say for now is I was outside this weekend, so I got to hear parts of Lao for the first time, and I get it.
You
I
get
get
it
why
now.
it's not that I get it now. I still can't play it.
You
but,
didn't get
I
it
get
before.
why
Oh, Campe.
You didn't get it
I
before.
thought you
No,
why
said
can't you
like,
play it?
I had never heard it before. So
fair,
But you've not
fair.
played the song yourself
Like the full
personally.
thing.
Yeah,
I
fair,
can't
fair.
play it. Yeah, so
You can't
He's
play
too
now.
musical for that kind of music,
I
man.
support you. I
no,
support
that
you.
that's
I
not
can't
what happened.
play.
Someone says
That's
support
not
you,
what
man.
happened.
Hello.
That's not what happened. I promise you, I wish I could just tell you guys the reason, but there's
Okay.
only like two people I'm close with here. But like, yeah.
Alright.
But
Oh, okay.
I heard the part and like because I can't actually pop it like in public spaces. It won't affect me. So
Right,
I heard
right,
that and I was, oh, okay, I get it. Like the melodies, the bounce, like okay, I
right.
see. So I'm not even whatever success he has, like kudos to him at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So yeah.
For
Well,
sure, for sure.
for the first day I heard that snippet, I knew it was gone. I just didn't know it would go this much, but I
Yeah.
knew it was gone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I think
it dropped one new snippet, and I wanted to ask, but it is well.
I think
I
his
think
team, they have a good
from
marketing team. So I'm not like when he had a snippet that caught on, it was very obvious that it was gonna fly, especially if you have a good team. I think
I mean, he's signed to Sony now, right? So
Yeah.
there's a bigger machine now. So
I think between Lahore and like I don't know, the all the talks surrounding the song, like from before it even dropped, like you knew the anticipation was there, and you knew it because people were clipping the song
Right.
before anything else.
it
So
dropped.
I think it's a great thing. And as far as this Burna conversation that we're moving on from, I think everybody will be fine. Not everybody has to accept the truth. You don't.
they're about to throw it as
LMAO.
Stanka did.
LMAO, man.
You don't always have to accept the truth. You just,
Alright.
it's like that.
All right, we can transition. We didn't have top 10. Typically, anyone that's joining, we would have opened up with top 10, but I haven't gotten word yet for top 10, so we will hold on to that. Hopefully, until when we get it. If not, because from last week, the song that was challenging for number one, was "My Darling" by Chella. I think moving forward to next week, we would see the song being challenged with Davido's release. So it'd be interesting to see what the chart's gonna look like now, because I
Yeah,
think
that song is one Kevin Hart post away from being another global TikTok
that global
sensation.
record too, man. And yeah, Lahore is still in the. I think it peaked at number 2 so far.
So,
But we see
no,
if the burnout moment too is
Kevin
another
Hart,
seeing another boost for it.
for by mistake, now Billie
I was
Eilish
gonna
go just
ask
tweet
a
the song.
question. I
You
was
know this
gonna
thing.
ask a question,
Yeah.
but never mind. Let me just keep quiet.
Oh, you
All
don't know
right.
the song, Belema? Don't kill me.
Wait,
Charge.
wait, don't say
Wait,
you
I
didn't know
didn't
the
say
song,
anything.
whatever.
Please calm down.
Okay,
Calm
good.
down.
Benjamin, they don't see you finish.
Calm
So.
down.
Please, please. Anyway, man, that would bring us to the album that dropped last week. Last week Friday. It's been a few days now. We're definitely gonna have a conversation about our first impressions about this about the album entirely. It's Davido's fifth studio album called Five, and there's a lot to take away from the release. Lots of noise and conversations right now that we're having. I've put out my review of it, or at least my first listen review of it. Still stand where I was with it in the first spin. I've gone back to listen more subsequently. Still holding on that same reception of a few records. I think 10 Kilo, insane record. I've been rinsing With You on Malay. Insane moments. Nothing There as well, another crazy moment. Those three records definitely
nothing days underrated,
been holding
bro.
on to for those
Now
for those
underrated.
three.
Album we dropped yesterday.
No, but yeah, I want to kick it off, man. I know Naye was our resident 30 VG.
Naya, did you go to the listening concert?
Ima, why did you
For
say
where?
once?
What'd
I
you say?
didn't go for.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Um, no, I didn't go for the listening, and I'm happy I didn't.
Oh wow.
So I think this is personally his worst project for me. Um, I think let's start with it from the concept of a body of work. I just feel like the song arrangement on this album was horrible. It was so like I don't know if they were doing it in the toilet and someone was knocking on the door and they were rushing. Like I don't know what it was. Like it. I think the arrangement for this being your 5th album and in my opinion, your most promoted album, I feel like I was just so disappointed in it. I feel like the songs, even the ones that are good, are similar. I can't defend it anymore. Like it's one of those things that I tried, but I when I first listened to it, I was just like, I'm getting so bored of this. I even think the song with MLA, what kind of writing was Davido doing? I feel like the writing was just so poor, in my opinion.
Right. Sorry.
In
Go
my
ahead,
opinion, I just feel like Davido, MLA hit it, but David, if it wasn't for MLA, if we stripped MLA from that song, I'm like, I was expecting to hear more. Like I was expecting to, I think, when you've set expectations for someone and they don't deliver in the way that it's like, wow, this is something new. Although the song is nice, I'm just talking about Davido himself. I feel like, yeah, he didn't do anything elaborate on this project. The songs I do like are 10 Kilo. I said 10 Kilo. Is it called 10 Kilo? Yeah, 10 Kilo. I liked I actually funnily like Tech with featuring Becky G. And Holy Water was okay. I gravitate towards that song. The song with Victoria Monet, I think she could have done more. I don't know. Like, I feel like there was a bit of missed opportunity on that song,
You thought she was
personally.
underutilized?
Yes, I feel like she was underutilized. I just felt like it was just, oh, let me add my verse, and then it was like it wasn't really well crafted the way that let's say, for example, the kind of Kante kind of vibes. Like, I know it's not the same song, but you know how you utilize someone in a way that it works well for you. I feel like it wasn't given on this song. The song with Shensia, it didn't need to happen. I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't need to happen. And yeah, and this is for me to say all of this, guys. Like,
this is someone that loves ABT, by the way. Like, he raves about a better time and spoke with the greatest album.
Naya, I have 2 questions for you. First of all, Naya, what your favorite Davido album is? What, ABT?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
no, it's Timeless. It's Timeless.
Oh, your favorite Davido album is Timeless. Okay. Mm-hmm. Also, like, you do well. Me, I can't have opinion, but Victoria Monet posted that like the music video is coming out. She just posted the music video
It's
on her
out
page.
right now. It's out.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
Now.
She just posted it on her page. Yeah, the music video is out.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, she just posted it. She just posted it on her page. Technically, she said music video out tomorrow at 9 a.m. PST. But if you're saying it's out already, because she posted this like 45 minutes ago. So, yeah. Anyway.
Wait, it's out on YouTube.
Let me check YouTube.
I guess
I don't think it's out.
Yeah.
It's not out. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Because she just posted it on her page.
Okay, gotcha.
She posted it on her page and she said the video is out. And sorry, now that Nae said that thing, the reason why I brought it up is because in the music video, Victoria Renee is doing a lot.
In the snippet, right?
A whole lot. It's like
isn't she like that dude generally? Isn't she like a dancer, Beyonce type?
Yeah. Okay, and so here's my thing, right? The person that choreographed the music video is Bankhead, and I don't know if any of you are familiar, but Bankhead is like a big, like, California dance choreographer. Like, all your favorite artists have worked with Bankhead, but Bankhead choreographed it. So I would say that, like, yes, this is very much like a label push for both Victoria and Davido, but also it's very interesting that Nae would say that, like,
they could have used that more. They're using that the most, in fact.
And she's pushing
But
it
I
as
think,
well. Like she's carrying on her
I
head.
think Naya is referring to
And that's what I'm saying. She doesn't have a choice. She has to push it because that's her label.
Right.
Both on the same
okay,
label.
that
They
then
have
I
to
guess
do it.
that gives a bit of context to what I'm saying. But also the second song, don't know why he added that first bit. It's just not. It's not where. This is what I mean by album song arrangement. Like from the intro, then you head into anything. I just didn't get the correlation. I just felt like it was something that you just wanted to be deep for the sake of being deep because a lot of people be deep. I just didn't get the correlation. But the anything. I'm tired of hearing from when you were 17. I know it was a time of reflection and everything, but I feel like he reflected in Timeless. I feel like there's no again, it goes back to that thing. There's no conceptualization in my opinion. Even and it when I look back on his interviews on Five, I just thought it was my fifth album, so I put it five.
Yeah.
So and that has translated in the album. Like it's literally translated in the album so well that I can't yeah, it's unfortunate. And if we're going with features alone, a guy like I understand you and Chris Brown have a good relationship, but guy, it's okay. It's actually okay. You guys have given us enough bangers to last us a lifetime. You can actually drop it. You can drop it. And do you know what? I had I would say 2% of me felt like and this is a very 2% of me felt like I wasn't going to enjoy about this album, but almost it turned into 98%. And I knew I wasn't going to enjoy this album just because I didn't like Funds. I found it as an annoying song. This is something that people may disagree with, but I actually didn't like Funds. I didn't like the song. It's not something that I was coming. And probably at first I attested me not liking this album to or the Davido effect, and I haven't really been listening. I've been so out of tune with music these days. I don't have the appetite to listen to new music. But it reaffirmed why I don't listen to new music. So yeah, that's my review. If I was to rate it, I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
Okay. And so you think this is his worst album in his catalog so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, a better time is better than this album.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
It's better
A
than
Better
I
Time
feel
is
like
a good
I know
album though.
you guys like to bring up A Better Time. I feel like sorry, because I know it is always something that people say. I feel A Better Time has good songs. Like there's good songs on that album. We can speak about the arrangement. I feel he's never been a album person, as people have said. Yeah, but there are actually good songs on that album. And it was a different kind of Davido I personally heard. I feel like the time that it came out again was awful, just because we were competing with someone else that is great, which was Wizkid, and Made in Lagos took us out of the park. So everyone's going to be like, A Better Time.
I think it performed good at least for the home front in terms of the hits I was able to get out of that album, right? Compared to like say Wizkid and Burna that released albums that year. When it came to I guess dominating the airwaves and charts, I think ABT those are the legs he can stand on in terms of hits. Like I think that's what he has had. You can almost see it as a Scorpion in some case. You know what I mean? Like Drake Scorpion. You can have a few number ones in there, but go into the entire thing as an album, it doesn't feel much like an album per se. But that's something you can extend to most of Davido's catalog, which I was thinking you would give him that, I guess, factor or grace in your review. But I understand essentially where you're coming from.
Probably because I liked songs back to back with that album, so probably that's why I can excuse that.
Right, because
I just didn't.
Yeah, because you were mentioning the arrangement and all those things. I was like, okay, yeah, like I can see. I can see how you approach this one. So appreciate it, Naye, for kicking the conversation, for bringing the conversation forward. We have Dante as well that wants to chime in. Dante, what are you feeling, man?
Okay, let me start by saying I love this album a lot.
Nice. Okay.
And I understand Naye's sentiment about funds. Funds feels like straight up Maggi, salt, and sugar, no pepper. But in the context of the album, there was enough spice that it just ended up making sense for me. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start by this. I think this arrangement was really good. There were some things that didn't work for me because I think his best arrangement so far is timeless. And because on this album I can hear what I would consider fillers, right? Um, and that's just the only like minors I have for the arrangement. But musically, I think it's amazing that he's able to use like so much log drums and I'm not tired. And also kudos to the engineers because I don't know if anybody noticed in any capacity, but the percussions on this project were sitting on the low ends where the kicks should be sitting, at least for my own ends, for my own ears rather. And that was especially I heard it on with you with Omale. I was like when I caught it, I was like, wait, there's no way, there's really no rules, man. Like there's no way they did it and executed it so well on this like nostalgic retro Eastern Nigeria kind of vibe. Like it's going for me, you know. And even the Amapiano, the main Amapiano record, because there's so many. The Holy Water song, amazing collaborations. This album, I think, took the best parts of A Better Time, and I'm a fan of A Better Time. Because for instance, Can't Feel My Faces sounds to me like Lala with CK. Like it sounds like the bounces feels like I've literally tried to put the vocals on the other beat, and I'm like, oh yeah, it actually enters, you know. And I'm like Davido is also being like very introspective. You can try and say it was being introspective and timeless, but there was like so much calmness around him dropping that project. I don't even remember if that project even had like a single or anything, right? And like wherever I was in his life at that time when he dropped that project. So it kind of gives me of, oh, I'm coming back to the word kind of vibe for timeless. But whereas this five is like the word is active and I'm active and I have all these things to say, which brings me to the song lately, which I wish was a ballad. I genuinely wish it was a ballad
Fire
because
take. I
I
agree with you.
I it distracted from the things he was saying because he was saying a lot. And the I think maybe it was younger if I was still doing that aya on the song. I'm like, okay, this is not the song to do that. Even if you're doing it at the end of the song, this is not the song to do that. And I really hope that they bank on like the most like maybe contradicting record on the project, which is the last track, so that more producers can push experimental production to Davido. Because I remember earlier that day I was out, right? And I just kept thinking that, okay, this album is dropping tonight, right? Already, I'm not going to have any expectations for it, but I was like, in my head, trying to piece together different kinds of experimentation rather, that Davido's voice can work for. Because that guy, one, super talented. Two, has an amazing voice. He has an amazing voice that I don't think people utilize. And this is somebody who comes out and say, I use writers, um, I work with my producers, like everybody's idea I welcome. I wish more people push certain types of ideas to him because he has also come. Okay, let me say something first. Uh, there was the five thing, and I feel like it doesn't have meaning. That's cool, but sometimes people come up with a name before they find concept for it. So like, I don't think we need to knock him down for that. But two, he on record has said he has certain records that some of his fans like. Like I like Son of Mercy. He said he doesn't like that project. You know, I like video games. He said he doesn't like video games. So he even lets songs that he doesn't really like come on projects sometimes. So maybe if people have like the mind, I don't know whatever reason or whatever, to try and do that, try and make him do different things is possible. He has the voice for it. He's actually a good singer. Like he knows how to sing, because that's the thing. You can have a good voice and not know how to sing. He knows how to utilize his voice. If they find he finds pockets or they find pocket for him anyway, he's like when it comes to like being a collaborative like pop star, I think it's like the epitome of that when it comes to Nigerian or African music that I'm aware of. Is like, oh, I allow people to put hands on what I'm working on. So I very much appreciate this effort. This is like maybe my second. It's competing with Timeless in my head right now, but I definitely love this project. I rate it highly in discography. A record like Titanium, I'm not the biggest fan of because is it's the hook for me. I think the verse is going like it's the hook for me that is just not doing it. The French record, I kind of wish the arrangement was different because it would just aid with like dynamics. But I know it was holding estate on most of the records. Even like the record with Becky G. Like what did it for me was the fact that they were speaking Spanish and just our cadence with the Spanish was like sitting
Right.
like melody wise, right? So that was what gave it, a bit of edge for me. But otherwise, I can't really enjoy the song outside of that. But yeah, man, the singles made sense more in the project. I didn't really listen. I had phones around, but I never played the song because I just knew that it was just such a pop song, like just
It's gonna be
easy,
everywhere.
man. Not even. I don't know. It's so pop. It's so like sugary can give me diabetes kind of pop. That's kind of like the way I felt was it. But in the project, it didn't feel that way. BDS still, I also stayed away. I stayed away from like most of the records. That's why I was like, when they dropped the offer me and they're not dropped date, I was like, okay, they dropped the release. Sorry, they said we're gonna drop it right, and I was like, guys, just drop the album. I don't want any more singles. Just drop the album
Yeah.
and let's keep it moving. Let me know what I'm working with, because yeah, I might have been getting impatient. So yeah, man, I definitely appreciate this project. Can't wait for him to put it on the road. Can't wait for everything he's gonna do around it because I appreciated the rollout too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so much like it's very much okay, I'm gonna be doing all these things rather than just like being online to do whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I think I'll just stop here so that people could like also yarn about the album because
Yeah,
I
man.
just really I love the album. I want that to be
Gotcha.
known that I love the
Gotcha.
album. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Already two submissions, two like different ends of the spectrum. We'd love to hear it. Appreciate you, Dante, for that. I know I'm gonna go with Magnificent and then 9V. Oh yeah, yeah, and then Taj.
Wait, so Ginger's hand is up before you.
No,
Same.
no. I see the hands. I see the hands. We'll get to you guys for sure. Appreciate you guys and your patience. Thank you.
I want us to give a round of applause to David for the rollout. That's honestly.
I don't have the soundboard. Somebody else does. Yeah.
I was on my feet applauding.
Thank you, Dante.
I was on my feet applauding after when I saw the PS5.
The PS5 one, yeah, was like, yeah, bro, come on.
This is the first time a rollout has worked on me because if I don't go hear your album, I don't listen to your album, no matter what you do, because I wasn't really looking forward to Davido's album. Honestly, after the whole rollout, I was even on call with Ade looking towards the time 12 so I can go and listen to 5 because I was like, how did this work on me outside of the music? This is one of those things that I would applaud him for. He shone out the outside noise. He focused on the rollout, and I'm happy for him regarding that. And when it comes to the album, I think he was still following the 5 thing when he put his best song as the 5th song on the album. I won't lie.
Okay.
10 Kilo was the best song on the album. It's still the only song I keep going back to. Like someone said earlier, Davido has never been an album guy. It's, it, 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 it was just a compilation of very good songs. I wasn't getting the album thing. There wasn't this transition whereby, when you listen to a good album like Made in Lagos, or you listen to a album like Mr. Money with the Checkers first album, okay, this continuity about it that I feel like this album, like, it's just different songs. It feels like someone putting together a Davido's playlist. He never really. One thing, my issue with David is he doesn't like to experiment with sound, which I feel like with his unique voice, it's something he could look into it just feels like he found his niche in 2018 and he just stuck by it, and he's just been releasing the same version, a different version of the same song over and over again. To be honest, I would say this is the second best album after Timeless. I don't know if I wouldn't agree with when the person said this was his worst album. This is not definitely his worst album. This is the second best album. I don't think it can ever top Timeless. But I keep going back to the 10 Kilo. I feel like the whole Offer Me was what it thought was going to be like the unavailable, because I think he has released the video already. I feel like that's what he wants to promote. But he should look into 10 Kilo and the one with Amale.
Right.
But again,
With you.
10 Kilo is the best song on the album. I like the one with Becky J also, Tech, which is I think this is Becky G's second time or third time with the Afrobeat artist.
Yeah,
And
she has a record with Rema.
Yeah, she also has one with Burna in 2021.
Yes, with Burna. Yes.
The Pepsi record, and she has with Rema too.
Yeah.
I like Becky J Law. Her last album was fire. So I like the Spanish perspective. They offer me, honestly, just there. I won't lie, it's just there. But again, 10 Kilo it's one of those songs. And following the theme of the album, I'll rate the album a 5. But it's definitely not it's not his best album, and definitely far from his work.
Gotcha. All right. Appreciate it, Magnificent, on that one. I know my order might not be perfect in terms of speakers, but 9V will go next. And
Yeah, well done, gang.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can.
Quick on this.
Oh my gosh, your mic just slept on us right now.
How about now?
Great. Perfect.
Alright, I said I'll be quick on this because I think this is one of them album review I've been given where I've not gotten much of external review from persons. The album was released on Friday. I think I resumed school the same week, so I'm really busy. I've not been coming online to read much things from what persons have been saying about the album. So it's to try what I think on first couple of listening. So it's personal, nothing I've heard from others. So some of my takes might be quite funny, but that's what I think about the album. Alright, to start with, I think Magnificent I already mentioned. I love the rollout. I think that's one of the best rollouts I've seen in couple of years, and I think persons paying attention to the industry should learn from what the management did with the rollouts, where they were able to combine all of his ambassador wherever to the release. They make sure there's a sequence and consistency with all the music getting, and I feel like that really makes sense for the album. And with the rollout and the pre-release, I think I would give that a 10 over 10. I personally learned a lot from it. But moving away from that, talking about the album itself, and I, for one, I don't know if you guys noticed, when I'm talking about album review, I talk a lot about the marketing and but right now I think I would just stick to the A&R and this music itself. To start with, I'll talk about the songwriting. Songwriting is very, very poor, and I really need to know. I'm sorry, I will be mentioning him, but it's not my intention. Like I said, this is exactly what I feel when I listen to it first couple of times.
Gotcha.
A young alpha guy, I don't know who in the industry thinks is a great songwriter and they think he should be getting the big works, because I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced at all. And this is a guy that I've been noticing couple of his works with Davido, not just Davido, couple of other acts, and I really do not know what is. I mean, for you to get to that peak, to that stage in your songwriting career, writing for big names like David, I think you wrote close to 5 songs. Especially his attack on the outro, the With You song with All My Lee.
it's so wrong. I feel like the songwriting, then they tried a bit. I think then they wrote like two. I forgot the particular track, but I really paid attention that particular day. Then they even tried, but Young Alpha, his use of lamba is targeted to rhymes is too much that sometimes you just feel like, how did we get here? Is this? I mean, you writing. I remember when I was still living Face My Face for the video with the branding, the song, the whole album has got, and I feel like it's so wrong. The songwriting is poor, and also the arrangement. I think that you mentioned. First and foremost, the outro, you putting a normally song on the last song of an album is so wrong.
Sorry, Victoni wrote that.
I was gonna say
Victor,
that, but
Yeah,
thank you for that. Victoria wrote that. The face me, I face you
and
too.
then the guy you mentioned, they were the ones that wrote that one. Yeah.
oh, okay. But then let me just thank you, Dante. Thank you.
So what song was Face Me and Face You
Putting
line? Sorry.
CF, I can't feel my face.
So, okay. But
Can't see my face. Yeah.
putting a normally song in an outro with the song is too short. It could have gone longer and it should have been better than that. And
Oh my gosh, I
putting
said the same thing. I
I
agree
don't
with you.
know I don't know who advised them to put a normally song in an outro, and immediately I knew it was an outro. Even before I got to that song, I was praying that God don't let it be short. Because I don't know if you guys have been noticing, it has become a thing now. The outro songs are extremely short lately. So I was hoping, God, don't let it be what I'm thinking. This song will be short, and it's was. I feel like they could have put it in the middle, and it would have been better. And also, my least favorite on the song is I think he shouldn't have made the album as a song. Don't know. I don't know the thoughts about the song. The song is it's not so good. I feel like Paul will be a bit too harsh, but it's not so good. And so what I think about the album? Yeah, we've talked about the arrangement. The arrangement is not so nice. And in all of this, I just want to say Davido is not a project person. I was speaking about it's been a while, a couple of years. I was speaking about was it timeless? I think it's timeless. A better time, sorry. Is it a better time or a good time? That if they what was the album Nicki Minaj song
A
made
better time.
into a better time? A better time would have been a better, a very good if a couple of songs on that project were released as singles, and probably Davido dropped an EP or something of the project. A lot of this song we do are single. I mean, you've been releasing, and it's urge. I don't know if it's a brand thing to always make it 17 songs. It's
Yeah,
not so good. I don't know what the whole I don't know if there's a message it's trying to pass across that I didn't
there is a
get.
message. There is a message
What's the
behind it.
message?
Don't worry. It's the
But I
message.
don't know. It's target. I feel like the urge to get it to 17 makes a lot of not so good song, not so on brand
Yeah,
song to
yeah.
make it to the project. And because that Don't Know song, I really do not like. I don't even like that song. I've never played it since the first time. Every time I'm on the project, I always nest it. And yeah, the arrangement. I've talked about the pre-release and all.
Right.
That's what I think about Sam. He's not really a project guy, and I always say at the review of every album, I hope and I think there's a song that the Omale song's already making waves on TikTok. I just hope he gets 2 or 3 hits and one global hit from the album, and
Right.
yeah, looking forward to his tour and wherever that's going to come out from the album.
All
My
right.
my best in saying on that. Thank you very much, guys.
Dope. Love it. Love all the submissions today. A lot to take away from everyone's 2 cents about the record. I'm gonna move on to Ginger. Okay, and then we'll come back to Taj. Just on the scale of things. But Ginger, what's up? Gingerbread?
Wow. Now, wow.
Yes, sir.
Anyhow, no wala. I
Yeah,
don't
man.
hear you. Just keep me since. Davido,
Yes, sir.
5, the album. I think everybody has praised the rollout. I think we should just go ahead and crown him the king of promo and rollout in this country. I don't think anybody comes close when it comes to like promoting an album or, you know, doing what they call PR itself. I don't think anybody comes close. Mention whoever I want to mention, they no reach. The big bank, the big whatever, none of them, they no reach. Takes David takes the number one spot right now. I don't think anybody comes close. Like, do you know what it means that you go to a radio station and ask them to rebrand their name to the title of your album for 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Nigga. Yeah, so please go and shift one side. None of your fave can do that one. So, anyways, I think that he takes the cake. The PS5 thingy even kills it the most. Like that's even more crazy. Um, it actually like built up the anticipation for the album. To be honest, I think he has practically done almost all the New York, LA,
Has it
TikToker.
done UK as
Um,
much? Did it do UK?
I don't know. But I think most of the American TikTokers and influencers, I don't see them for all their TikTok or whatever. Or
Yeah.
even that guy that used to check out homes, people's houses.
Yeah.
The
I felt like
song with
with
the
the
guy.
rollout, the
I'm like,
focus was the US this time.
yeah,
Heavy.
the US,
Like with
because a
Timeless,
lot of their pod,
yeah.
yeah, with Timeless, it was more of home front and stuff like that.
Yeah, Timeless was everywhere. It
Yeah.
was US because he had a show. I think he had a Lagos show. I think the same week the album dropped. Then he had a New York one like back to back, and then a London one. So I think he was spreading
Yeah,
himself. But over now, like he just did Homecoming recently, which was yesterday, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. He did
he's back
homecoming
home,
yesterday.
and then he did a New York
Mm.
show just a few days before. But yeah, I guess he's spreading his wings as much as he can.
Yeah. So I think that for
Sorry,
rollout, you have to give him that.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, Ginger. I
go
just
ahead.
want to ask: Are we now rating rollouts?
He's gonna get to the album, Belemba.
No. Me, I'm just asking: Are we rating rollouts? Because,
Bro,
like, I think that's been the overwhelming thing I've been hearing about five. So I'm just making sure.
bro,
Yeah.
I don't time for the word rollouts for this album.
All
God.
right.
Ginger, what did I do to you? Why did you call my name?
And wait first, make I finish first. I dey come. Anyways, into the album, I think that
Yeah.
the album, I like quite some songs on the album. I don't see a problem with the Offer Me song with Victoria Monet.
Sorry, Ginger, your mic is a
I
little
think,
muffled now. You could be clearer a bit.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I like the song with Victoria Monet, the Offer Me song. I think that I think it's precise. I think it's just the way it should be. I don't think if it's overdone, it will be too done, and if it's underdone, I think it's just a perfect blend of the two of them. Davido obviously doesn't have the most perfect singing voice, and I think that Monet did what she actually supposed to do. If she overdoes it, then people would say she overdid it on the track. So I think I like how they blended. How he is doing his Afro like slow style to it, and she's bringing the R&B part to it, and I think it's a very good merge. I think the standout track for me on the album is "With You," the
All right.
Omale track. I think that's a track that song actually feels like Kante to me, because it feels like it's an Omale track and they made a verse for David
Yeah.
the same way Faith did for David with Kante. I think it was an Omale and tempo track, and and then they created a vast space for David to come and jump in it.
Yeah.
I think that was what it was. Yeah, I think that was good. The rest of the album, I think lately and 10 Kilo stands out a bit. Yeah, I like 10 Kilo. I like lately. Don't know that song. I think Blaze Beats, we go flog him. He practically took 230, the beat on 230, just fine-tuned it a bit and just gave it to David. If you
You
go and
guys
listen
speak
to
on Blaze.
230 Ashake, as if you go and listen to 230 Ashake and listen to don't know now this now almost in fact now the same thing like carbon copy now beat shopping or something what do they call that. I don't know what Blaze beat they do that thing. It was annoying as fuck. um obviously that's Escape. What's it called? I think a lot the intro. Oh my God, Davido messed up. This is not. Why would you do that as an intro? Like why? Nah, that was terrible. That was terrible. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And
Okay.
hence why I still say ABT to me, I still remain on the say Heal I'm Ready to Die on ABT still remains his best album,
A good time.
followed by Timeless. Yes, a
Gotcha.
good, no, a good, yeah, AGT rather, not ABT. A good time, yeah,
Gotcha.
AGT. That's to me still because that intro alone, I don't know, that intro is the best intro David would probably ever have said. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I think that this album is all over the place. That's just the truth. The honest truth is it's just here and there. Then there's a lot of piano dependency. My God, long drums here and there. You go from Kini to this one, like bro, Kilo Shell. I'm trying to move on from long drum here now, but boy, and you are still bringing it like it works for him too because he's that kind of person. Like I'm watching him perform Be There Still at Homecoming, and it didn't work. Like the people are responding, he's working. The response are call anywhere, everybody they are shouting, we be there still.
Right.
Is working, no doubt. But if you look at it on the musical angle and stuff, you be like, nah, bro, like it's kind of cringy, but it works. It's the same way people don't like Awuke. But over time, when you listen, you find yourself singing to that shit somehow. I don't know how it does it. I think it's a Davido thing. Maybe that's his own magic. That's the only. That's the thing that works for him. If you listen to some of his tracks over time, you might find yourself singing to them and stuff like that. You might never like. I didn't like Awuke at the first three listens. I still don't like it, but I still find myself singing to it somehow. But yeah, that's David. Anyways,
Gotcha.
I think that the album lacks a lot of. The CMF song or something was recorded in 2021. I think that was what Shizzy tweeted. He said,
2021.
they, yeah, I think they made that song in
Jeez.
2021. Go and check Shizzy's tweet. Yeah, he tweeted it saying they made that song in 2021. So I think that was why the whole Face My Face. I didn't think they don't like his problem is they don't take I don't think they take time to comb through maybe the tracks and what he's saying and stuff and say, okay, can we change this here? Can we remove this and put this? Can we this line doesn't like that's why a lot of people are complaining about the whole face my face thingy.
Right.
Because like bro, it didn't match up with who you are. Obviously everybody freaking knows your background. It wouldn't work with you saying face my face, you like it doesn't tally with you. Like it doesn't. Nobody's going to accept that, honestly. No matter how you try to explain it, there's no musical. And then when they asked him about explaining his Belgium something, he was like, I didn't even know the explanation was given. I was like, Davido, what's
He
up,
said that when you
bro?
have money, you just buy Belgium instead. And I said,
As
well,
in,
how you don't understand
as
this is
in,
for you?
As in, I was just weak for that brother. I was like, did he write song for you, bro? At least find out the meaning. Like, bro, what is this? Like, what does it blend with? That's the problem. And all those I see that young alpha name all over the almost some of the tracks. I was like, Shay, this boy now with the brief for me the right song. You screen him because I don't understand. Because the thing with the boy does it, maybe the boy they vibe, they do it thing, they do you said just sing along. Because I don't get it. It wasn't some of the stuff. It didn't just gel. Then the track with Chris Brown, I was looking forward to it until I heard it. I was like, no, this is the first miss between Chris and David. They've had bangers, but this one, Chris was trying to save it, doing all the singing in the end. Like, oh, bro, it's not working. It's not this one. Kowale, no, stop it. This one is not working at all. Something I'm titanium, bro, it's not working. Shishe, this one is not it. The others worked perfectly, but this one, nah. I think it's the fatigue from them constantly working together. Sometimes you take a breather. I think this is the time to take that breather and say, okay,
I think
maybe we rest.
I think this probably part of why it's not working for most of us would probably be that it's the most Western facing like sound that they've put together. Like when they link up, it's typically on a Davido tape. Like there's some strong
Yes,
African
on the
element,
Afrobeats. Yes,
Afrobeats
yes.
presence between it. This one felt like you could be going. I mean, it felt like more music. You know what I mean? It felt like it was all those commercial music you can hear in top 40 in America or Canada or
As
those other
in,
places. So it didn't really feel like
it wasn't just.
Nigerian facing as their usual links up are typically. But yeah, just to finish your point.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, so I think that Titanium didn't work. Let me see the other track that I kind of like listening to. There was one track that I liked. The Okay, I think I've said it. Yeah, Omale's with you. I think with you starting with that Omale and stuff, it was brilliant. It was on point, but ending it like putting it as your outro track,
Right.
it just didn't work. It should have been in that, like it should be in a run where you have, where you have peak moments in an album. That is your peak moment. It shouldn't be where you're leaving out an album.
Right.
It should be in your peak moment run in an album where that album just picks off and you're having those maybe 3-track run, 4-track run. That should be like your highlights. Because to me, that's actually the highlight. I feel like apart from the pre-released tracks, that is the highlight of the album. The With You track is actually like the highlight of the album, and the Omale part takes it from me. Yeah, I like his part too, where he used some Igbo words and stuff like that, and I like the fact that he could say them correctly and stuff and whatnot. Like it's perfect. It rolls off his tongue very good. Like you know that okay, that one I think maybe he did a lot of practicing and it worked perfectly. Like I like how he blended and that was it. But other than that, I don't think it's the best outing in his three. Like to me, I think this one. I think even ABT is better than this one. Sorry, yeah, the Better Time one is even better than this one to me.
Okay.
I feel like that one is even better than this one. And that one to me feels like the worst one before now. So I think this one. So this one, I'll give this one a five over 10. I don't think it's I don't think is anywhere top three of Davido's top as out of his five. I think this one falls maybe number four for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. All right.
yeah.
Appreciate you, Ginger, on that.
All right.
Yeah, man. I know Taj is gonna go next for us, but appreciate you guys for all listening. And I know we'll try our best to get to as much speakers, but just know that we can't get to everyone. But appreciate the conversation so far. Taj, what are you feeling, man? What are you saying?
Yeah, what's up?
We did.
I'm trying. Yeah, let me just keep it brief. I think it's an all right album. I usually don't have the highest expectations from Davido. I just go to Davido, pick my 3, 4 tracks, 5 if possible, and I go and vibe out. My first listen wasn't that pleasurable. Even listening on your live wasn't the best. Um, Going back and just taking it for what it is. I think as a music lover, you go to every album, expect like it's an album. It's something you really want to like. I'm the kind of person that aside from the obvious bangers in quotes, like the idea of a banger, I want to find other things in your album, right? And then you just don't get that from Davido, right? And then after then you now realize that okay, he's a role player. Let's listen to him as the role player that he has decided to be. Now, I mean, you can make arguments of whether that is correct of how you should do music in general, but hey, it's what he has done, and he's part of the big three for a reason. So I can't knock it, but I just think sometimes like this is an album. Like let me even get some deep cuts to hold on to. Let me get something. Let me get something else. Let me like okay. Even though you have the records that you're trying to sell, can I get something that is particular to you? I just felt like I listened to a business constructed album, an album expected to appeal to all markets. Oh, I need a dancehall Jamaican person. I'm going to get dancehall guys. I need the French market. I'm going to get the French guys. I need who else again? I need to get the R&B girly, Victoria Monet. I need you. I need to
I
get.
need Latin X.
I need Latin. I need the Latin market. Mrs. Becky, come here, just and So like you can do that, and I think then let your album still exist within that structure. I think that is my biggest critique of this album is that where is the album aside from the fact that I know you're trying to sell an album. Like I don't know why I should listen to your album and I can tell that this is all business transactions. It's like I'm just seeing receipt, 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 receipt. I think that's my biggest critique of the project and the music. But then again, it's what Davido has done his career. I think the only time where I felt I got an album in the midst of marketing and rollout and all this is a good time. And obviously the first album because I feel like the first album is passion driven. It's very much you're excited to be there and there's a lot of that. But post the first album is very much been a how can I maximize every way to sell my album. I think that that's kind of what comes first for him, his team, and his crew. And they will spend the money required. They will have sleepless nights to make sure they sell what they need to sell. And like he spoke about in the Breakfast Club interview, everybody has what works for them, and this is what has worked for him, right? He compensates for maybe the lack of him in his music, in his branding, in being accessible, in being out there, in being the rollout guy, in being the interview guy. There's a reason why out of the three guys, he's the one that does the most interviews. Because I think that's also that's what is he feels he needs to sell the music. If I'm to get back to the album, like I said, I think it's an alright album. Um, my first is like I said wasn't pleasurable, but listening again and again and listening to it for the business decision that it feels like it is, you tend to then appreciate little things. I would love to say I think Davido needs to hear from somebody that to make Bedu doesn't you don't have to do it on piano, and I think it was pretty clear with that on the last record. That is the most dynamic production on a how many track album, and we got that at the end. All right. It now begs to question like just like forget your managers, forget your business people, forget the money coming in. Where are the people that know music in your camp, right? Where are the people that are gonna say, you know what? I think you do well with the Sparks. I think you would do well with like take a Victoria Monet. I know she's an R&B girl. If I were to mix the two worlds together, why don't we get a Sparks on this? If we were to try and get I don't know, if we were to try and get an up tempo record, instead of going for some very typical piano record, why don't we get like somebody that plays in that space but is young, fresh, maybe get like a prime. It's crazy that Davido doesn't have a pre-prime police record
Yeah,
up
it's crazy.
until now.
It's crazy.
It's quite crazy. It's even the experienced producers on there. I'm hearing that the beats are how many years back.
Yeah.
That
That
Blaze beat
too
sounds like
was
an old beat.
no help.
This cheesy one sounds like an old beat.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, so in the last year where a lot of the Sonics has changed and a lot of things has evolved and like you didn't tap into anybody there. You found a writer from only God knows where, the young alpha guy, literally only God knows where they pulled that guy from. Like even looking at the record lately, that is meant to be a soulful record. If you want to bring it into today's, getting into my like into little air and our stuff, but if you're trying to bring it into today's world, you
Please
want to do
get
like a
into it
soulful
very
piano
well.
record, you can go the route of a three-step. Find something a little, or find something very soulful. But instead they sprinkle the log drums of 2022 across the song. It cuts away from the experience. Although that is still one of my favorite records lately. I just like the messaging. It's like a gospel. It's almost like a
Yeah, it's a
gospel
gospel
record.
song. It's saying pray
It's
for me. Yeah.
yeah, it's pray for me, and it just felt very emotional.
Hmm.
I think my biggest appeal of this album is the should I say the ambience of what he tried to sell on certain records. Like the reason why I like Be There Still is like the narrative. I feel like everything that's happened to him in the last year in terms of competing with the burners, how it's now more so, you know what, fuck everybody, is me against everybody. I think I got that bit of personality on this album, right? It felt like a big fuck you to everybody, and I feel like that's something that Davido should have been doing many years ago. But I'm happy he's getting to that point now because it's like I'm not gonna let any of you guys walk over me, right? And I think he has kind of allowed it because he's the accessible and nice guy. I think I got a bit of that sentiment from that one, so that's something that I like.
Right.
Like I said, I like lately, I like Be There Still, but I just can't help to just feel like, okay, bro, between Timeless and this album, Timeless, you went down my piano route. This album is the same thing, right? In fact, Timeless might have a little bit more variety in production than this one. Um,
It does, yeah.
Like so it's like what like like have you like what has changed musically? And once again, Davido always loses the music points for me, right? I understand every other thing works for him, rollout and everything, but he loses out a lot on the music point, and I just don't understand how. I understand we're in the music business, but it's the music business. I think to an extent the music just needs to hold. It needs to be more priority in things like this. Um, but then again, I'll give it like a 6.5. I don't go to the video for a lot of expectations. My first thing is always expectations because like that's just how I'm wired. And then when I come back to my reality of like,
Yep.
okay,
That was me
it's
after Timeless.
it's a business out. This guy is clearly just bro. This guy pointed at every part of the map and said, "Give me somebody from there."
Yeah.
Bro, it's pretty much obvious. So, yeah, I think yeah, nice. Kudos to the rollout and everything. I'm sure he will catch one. Hopefully, I think my favorite records are Lately. I like Lately. I like 10 Kilo. I like it's like we all know the obvious good musical record. Like everybody's going to come on here and say the same records. Like nobody's going to pick anything that keys towards them. There's like the obvious ones, and I think that's an issue, right? Everybody's going to come here and talk about the Malay record, talk about 10 Kilo, and maybe one or two other. Everybody's going to, and the rest just feel like songs that were used to fill up certain business quotas or so that I can go and tour in this place, so that I can like I don't know. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
that's my critic on it. And like I said, the great part is I can tell a bit of the headspace he's at currently.
Mm-hmm.
He's leaning into maybe more legacy,
Yeah.
being a legacy act. He's speaking about being a legacy here, and I appreciate that a lot. And there's a lot of big fuck you to everybody around. I get that sentiment, but once again, I don't know where we're gonna speaking about your music as a musical artist. I don't want us to be speaking about rollout and like he's making no rollout the album before. Like just like bro, like all these rollout conversations is
Yeah.
just. But then again, I blame movies when movies not do anything. Why would the bar be on the
Yeah,
floor?
that's the thing. It's like it's because you see the others.
The other guys don't. The other one did not do
Yeah.
anything at all. So
Yeah.
when somebody puts in this much effort, it's like it's commendable, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's my little take on it.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Yeah, man. I know Yinka is definitely going next, but I'm not sure between Big Bank. I don't know if Big Bank wanted to share his thoughts. Big Bank, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't really have any profound thoughts. Everyone has said
Man, please
everything.
let me speak on this album real quick.
Okay.
Um,
All
Hold on,
right.
hold on
All
one
right. We
second.
definitely get to Chibi there.
Me guys, yo.
I'm just trying to make sure who wants to go. So we have Yinka, and then we can get. I know Chibi definitely has been here before, but I didn't see his hand. But yeah, Chibi can go after Yinka.
Um, I feel like the album is solid. Like it's not anything we haven't seen before. I think that's why everybody's a bit like disappointed in a sense. Like
Right.
it's just like because I listened to the album on your stream, and it was like I was begging Davido to like please give me a punch somewhere here and there. Let me take home. Do you understand?
Right.
Before I listened to it personally, the album has grown on me because I've played it like 6 times now. So like I like it at this point. The first like the five by Allison, I think it was good. I think it was a good intro. I think it's trying to be more deep and it's fine. I actually like it. Anything was a really good song. But the problem here is with the arrangement and the tempo. You start with anything, then put be there still when you're shouting gay 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 gay. Like it ruined the tempo. Then we go to like I can't feel my face, then 10 Kilo, we're back on the same tempo as anything. Which is fine. Like everything is going fine here, everything is still going cool. Then we get Offer Me. Then you put Don't Know in between Offer Me and R&B. I feel like that didn't make sense. Like you're putting a filler in between Offer Me and R&B. Like those are probably one of the two best songs on the album itself. And you put a filler in between it. I think that was the part where we were supposed to get to like the peak of the album. And because you put in Don't Know in between your two best songs, so one of your two best songs, kind of kills the vibe. I don't like I Will Care. I don't like that song, man. It just doesn't resonate to me. I don't like it in general.
Holy Water was a good song, but I thought I was going to expect the punch that he gave with what's it called with you with Omali. Like I thought I was going to expect that like that vintage video whereby it's bringing you full force and energy with Victoria and Musa Keys. I was expecting what's it called high tempo, but was a bit slowed down. Nothing is a good song, man. Chris Brown, this one is a letdown. Lately is a good song. Tech, I don't know, I don't like it. Funds, I don't know. Lover Boy, disappointing. And With You was the best track on the thing. And that's the issue, like that's another issue. Like you put With You as the last song on the album. Whereas it's supposed to be in the middle whereby we could get like that peak that I was talking about. In general, like it's a solid album because me, I've been listening to it now and I kinda like it, but with everything everybody has been saying, like it just feels like a marketing type of album. That's my take on it anyway. But yeah.
Gotcha. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Inka. Yeah, I think the point about don't know being in between Alpha and R&B. I guess yeah, I can see how this felt like it just felt like a sore in between.
Yeah, because like Don't Know I feel like if you release Don't Know on its own, it's a good song. Like I like your person, like it's a really good song.
It's a redundant song on the album.
Exactly, like you're putting in a filler, man.
Yeah.
Like how now?
All right, man. Appreciate it, Yinka. And then I think I have Chibi, and we will have Harvey after that, and Truth. All right.
Okay. Davido's 5. First things first, right? I saw a lot of tweets like on the TL asking why like Davido is getting like fewer like critics and people coming out to bash the album, right? And I think one of the first things is actually the rollouts. Like when your rollout is not like derogatory or
Peace rollouts.
Hello.
Belema, you be all right, man. Belema, you be all right, man. So basically, when you come out with a rollout that is like just positive vibes, right? I think Magnificent said something. I think he's a heavy Burna fan, but he just like liked the rollout and just had to check out the Davido album. I think that they covered a lot of bases in terms of like just being everywhere, like from the Santi stream all the way to Mags. I think they had shows in like different cities, like listening parties. Just even the way the featured artists were like even just promoting the album. I think I saw a lot of like stuff from Udumodu, Victoria Monet and whatever. I just think that there's been a positive feel to like the promotion without it being negative. I think that people people underrate how how much like that feeling comes into music. Like if I'm coming into your music off of the beef where you were insulting all Nigerians or you were kind of like, insulting the whole industry, like I'll probably have some sort of sentiment coming into the music, as opposed to somebody who I just thought was marketing or selling their album. I mean, that's how I felt. Um, I feel like one thing that we can be honest and do is that we can separate like good marketing from the music. I think Tad said that like I think he needs to do a bit more like work on the music. Like for me, my problem with Davido is like the musicality side. Like I feel like he could put more effort. Like the way he works on his marketing, the way he does a lot of effort in the videos, the way he puts a lot of effort into his craft. And I think the musicality can be a lot more intentional.
Right.
Yes, it can be a lot more intentional. In terms of the music on the album, I think that anything, I don't know why I've not heard anybody talk about anything, which feels more like an intro to me. It's like such a motivational song, such a top tier. Like he's basically saying that, anything, like I can conquer anything, I can do anything. I thought it was a really good record. Like that one went over a lot of people's heads, in my opinion. Um, Offer Me as well. Really good hook. I thought Victoria Monet was sliding for fun. I also like the energy that she's just moving on the track. Like there's this, apart from like what she does on the song itself, like the way she's promoting it and just like carrying on her head. I like to see an artist do that. Like artists don't have to do that. Like they could be on your label and they could still be moving like weird when it comes to like carrying a track on their head. So I mean, I just like to see how she's moving with that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this her first collaboration with a Nigerian artist? Because I know she's been a fan. Like she's had moments where
she's been a fan, but I think she's never. I think she's had a couple covers.
It's her first one. It's her first one.
Yeah, I hope to see more from her, man. For sure.
Yeah, I don't know why we don't tap a lot more into that market with like the like Summer Walkers and whatever. Like I feel like our sound would definitely like crossover well with theirs for
He
sure.
has a song with Summer Walker now.
Yeah, David
Yeah,
does
it does.
actually.
But I'm saying more people should do it. Like more people should.
Like
Like
others to make R&B
yeah.
records. Yeah, I mean
And
Yeah,
Wiz
for
does
Asake
it.
sure.
tried one with
Wiz
the
does it.
remix for Lonely at the Top.
Wizkid has done practically with all of the R&B girlies.
Nobody has done Caesar. She's out there hanging. Like I'm just saying that like a couple places, people, even the weekend. I mean, obviously those guys
It's
are
not
top,
easy
top,
to
top.
grab. It's not easy to grab a Caesar feature, my bro. It's not easy.
I know.
Guys, Tracy's out there like it's beans, man.
Okay, fair enough. I even Dodger would be nice, but let me just go on what I was saying anyways.
Right.
Then in terms of the music, R&B as well with Shensia, I think that's a really good moment on the album. What other song again kind of, takes like Lately Too is really good. With You with Omale, obviously a standout moment as well. The music is good. I like what he does with what's his name? Louder. I feel like Louder, there's this thing he does. It's the one that also produced on Ira's album, that record,
Yeah.
the Olorun record. He has a way of like making you almost like just be a bit more introspective than you would be on
It's the
records. And I
keys,
think
man. It's the keys, I think. But yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
I know that Davido said heavy that that he brought him into the space for the album or wants to make that album, and I can see how they made like anything and 10 kilo top songs on it. What other sentiments did I have? Be There Still as well. I think Be There Still is one of those ones. Like Ginger said something that I kind of agree with. Like obviously, if you're listening to Be There Still as like on a musical point of view, it's like very shallow, very low hanging. But when you're in the club or you're just actually partying or vibing, like you'll be there still. Like it's easy, it's catchy. Like it's not one of those ones you struggle with. Uh, what other thoughts do I have about this album? Yeah, I guess that's about it. I mean, obviously, I would like to see him do like more musical, like be more inclined. Like obviously, work with producers. Like he's never had a prime record. That's crazy.
Right.
The songwriters, like there are people like YKB that exist in our industry. Like people that I feel
Yeah,
like if
man.
you type up their pen, that you guys could make like magic in the studio. But
Mint.
means that like it's
I
actually
wish Mint
ridiculous.
was on this album because yeah, it was teased
And
that
I
he was
love
about to
that they
be.
had such a great
Yeah.
moment on WAP. I just wonder why they didn't try and, do something close to that or whatever. But I think that Davido's next step will really be getting the right people in the room to make the music because he's one of those artists that I feel like everybody's rooting for. People would like to see him win. Like, I didn't. This album, right? I feel like if it came out with a lot of like bad press or bad energy, people would actually bash the album a lot more. But because he's been on a very positive vibe, like I'm just selling my music, like people are more like welcome to the music. Like, I mean, people might want to bash it, but it's just like this guy has done nothing to. He's not said he's the greatest Afrobeat artist. He's not said I'm not making Afrobeats. He's just like, yo, I'm just making my music and selling it. So from that point of view, I kind of understand that angle.
Sorry, if you want to say Bona's name, just say Bona.
I didn't say anybody's name. Relax, Belema, please. But yeah, I
Appreciate it,
think that
appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's about it, man. Hopefully the music translates like over time. I think it's just been 2-3 days. So let's see how that plays
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, man. Dope, man. Dope. Appreciate.
Sorry, Emmanuel, who is Jacob Hunter? Does anybody know?
Who is Jacob Hunter?
Yeah,
It sounds familiar actually.
he was on the
He's a
project.
The
songwriter.
producer on the album, Abi,
Yeah.
or a
Yeah, but I don't know who
songwriter.
that.
No,
Who's that?
no, he's not. No, he's a songwriter still.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
songwriter.
songwriter, but I don't know like anybody like know where it's like
Previous
from.
work, nope.
No,
No, he's Nigerian. No, he's Nigerian.
he's
Where is he
Nigerian.
based? Is he based in
Wait,
Nigeria?
Jacob
Yeah.
Hunter, is that not Chris Brown's guy?
No, but he lives in America.
Wait, sorry, who's speaking?
No, it's truth.
Oh, okay. Hi, Truth. I think you're about to go next, actually, after Chibi.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out
Hey,
who that
Emmanuel,
was.
when you get the time, I want to say something real quick.
Okay. All right, no worries. All right, man.
So,
Thanks, Chibi.
so
Truth, yes.
yeah. So, in my opinion, I would call this album one of the best albums ever I've listened to in terms of Afro beats, and it's coming from a place of just being neutral. Because I feel like his voice alone, he has this way of just making dynamic tunes. You know what I'm saying? And the way he flowed, people don't even talk about R&B, and that's the problem. That's one of the best songs to come out this year alone in terms of Africa, to be honest. So if I was to rate the album, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. The producing was on point. If you have good speakers, good AirPods, listen to it, you'll enjoy it. The one with Victoria Monet, I feel the one with Victoria Monet is mostly for like American audiences. And I think that's what they want to push at, because RCA said so as well. They said that they plan to put on the radios.
So I think we should see more things to come with the album. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like this is one for the books. And I think he done his big ones too. And you can only hope for the best. And the rollout was amazing too. And I enjoyed the features, especially the one with Victoni and Music Keys. I feel that was a special tune as well. So I'd give it a solid 10 out of 10. And it's not just for me being a fan, that's just facts in my opinion. But,
Nice.
everyone can be subjective, so thank you.
Gotcha. Would you consider yourself like because I know this is your first time on Space, so I'm just intrigued.
Yeah.
Just to see. Like, which other, like, what was your first encounter with Afrobeats? Because you said it feels kind of new to you.
No. I've been an Afrobeat fan, to be honest, for the longest. I'm Nigerian, obviously. So,
Okay.
yeah. I just like a lot more of, like, with Davido, the thing with Davido is, like, he creates tunes that last a lifetime. That's the thing, because till tomorrow, even little kids are still going to jump to Aye, Dami Duro, and all of them tunes, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And I feel like for an artist, that's a really special thing to be able to do. To be able to have those everlasting, timeless, classic songs that people can relate to and vibe to. And yeah, that's just what I feel.
And
And I feel
Timeless is
with
not
this
your
album
favorite
too.
album from him?
No, Timeless is my top two.
I'm kidding.
So it's 5. We've got Timeless. Then we've got A Better Time. That's third for me.
Okay.
Then I think fourth might be A Good Time. Then you have the first one. So
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Appreciate it, Truth. Love to
thank
hear
you.
it. Thank you so much. I know we're trying to get some new speakers and some fresh faces, but we have our very good friend Pixel. Okay, that went.
Pixel, I was
Banga boy.
I was
Banga boy.
Pixel is here, man. Yo, Pixel, what's up, man?
Hello,
Pixel, I was
guys.
420.
Pixel said I was 420, man. That's crazy.
Please, I beg. Oh, it's been long, and I'm really glad to be with you guys today.
Nice.
What I'll say on Davido's project. Okay. For me, I just thank God that Truth spoke before me, so that it does not look like I'm the only one speaking what is pretty much very weird and awkward. So, going into the album, I'll be very honest. I was actually looking forward to trolling it, to seeing how this whole thing actually like works out. To be fair, because the songs, as much as they are bedroom list and all of that, I was like, for someone who dropped Timeless, which I really do love so much, and I hold dearly to my heart. I still really believe, even after 5, I still believe it's still his best project, right? The pre-releases were not, they were not meeting up to that standard, right? So I was having serious doubts going into the album that, okay, let's just hear what Davido has to say. But listening to the album, Jesus Christ, how I'll be able to like analyze the album is more like I was able to enjoy a lot of songs, and I feel like that's what really counts for me, right? I understand that, okay, the gaps and the lapses that you guys made mention of in the album, I won't necessarily say I totally disagree, right? But for me, I had a good time listening to the album. So let's just say from 10 kilo, I guess that's what, okay, I heard DST for the first time on the album, which is funny. I didn't listen to it when he released that first. I don't know how, but I just listened to it for the first time on the album, and it was just so dope. I really love BDS still. 10 kilo was a very, very, in fact, I had to listen to 10 kilo again before even going to the other parts of the album, and I really enjoyed it, right? I feel like from that 10 kilo, there was a little bit of a good run, right? Offer Me was next. Don't Know, R&B. In fact, R&B is such a beautiful tune. Awuke, okay, how will I put it? When Awuke dropped that first, I loved it. Later on, I don't just know, I just hated it for no reason. But on this album, it just sounded right. I feel like the placement of the pre-releases before, the album, I feel those releases it was nice to really, hear them again on the album, and it didn't feel out of place. So I kind of enjoyed a lot of those things. I feel like the most disappointing song in terms of um, um, a featured song would be the one with Chris Brown, and I was very very disappointed. Not really at Chris Brown, because Chris Brown tried his honest best, and I feel like the best part of the song was Chris Brown, literally. The chorus, titanium, please, like it. It wasn't just enough. Like it just lacked a lot of things on it, and I didn't enjoy that part. Apart from Chris Brown. And okay, let's just say from Holy Water, after Holy Water finished, there was a run that threw me off. Nothing Day, Titanium, Lately, Beck with Becky G. You see that run, I was just off, right? Before I was enjoying. After Holy Water, the whole run started, and I was not really feeling it that much. Then Font came. Loverboy was a beautiful tune. Then obviously with you. So for me, I believe I enjoyed most songs rather than the ones I didn't enjoy. And for me, I feel like that's how I'm going to judge the album. That yeah, I had a good time listening to it. Obviously, it's not his best, but yeah, it was very decent. And for me, I believe the Victoni. Okay, let's just say I believe Victoni had the best featured on this album. What he
Oh,
did
okay.
with his verse, I, I I was almost screaming like how like I'm a very big Victoni fan, and I feel like I kind of hold him in the same level in which I kind of hold Rema. That's just a personal opinion,
Right,
right?
right.
Because I love both artists, and I always know that they deliver, especially on featured songs. And I was really surprised. Like he came he came through on this particular song. And Omale, obviously, it was such a very good one. So it was seeing, Ginger said something, a better time as a better album than this. I don't know if I'm going to accept that, because that album I
Not a
don't know,
better
man.
time,
But it's,
a good time, not a
sorry,
better time.
it, no, 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 no. You
Ginger, I
said a
didn't even know
better time.
you're
Spider
here,
Time is
bro.
the
You
second
said a
album.
better time, oh.
You said a better
I
time.
said a
Ginger, you
good
said a
time,
Spider
better
a
Time is
good
the
time.
time,
second album.
a
No, no,
good
no.
time, a good time,
No.
AGT.
Okay. Damn, a good time, a better time, the best time. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. Let's keep it going,
No, it
man.
matters. Oh. I don't like when people they misquote me. Now a good time, I said. A good time.
What kind
The
of
one that
laugh
All
has
was
the
right, all
intro.
right, all right,
that? Yo,
all
anyway.
right.
The one that
Wow,
Yonder wrote
wow.
the intro, that one.
Right,
That's the
right,
one.
right, right. Okay.
No problem, no problem, no problem. So yeah, I guess for me it was a good listen. I enjoyed more songs than songs I didn't enjoy, and for me,
Nice.
I can't really say I have a rating per se, but let's just say so far, I guess that's the best Afrobeat album I've heard so far this year for
This
me.
year? That's the album of the year for you
Yeah,
so far?
this year. So far for me,
Gotcha,
yeah, I
gotcha.
guess so. For
All
me.
right, fair enough. Appreciate it, Pixel. And you don't want to address your obvious banger tweet this week, or we just keep
Uh,
it moving?
uh,
It's teasing. I'm teasing. Let's move on. We've
Wait,
already.
wait, 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 one question. Picture, did you actually mean the tweet or was it banger?
No, you meant it now. Come on.
let's just say I was
Na
confused
banger
because
tweet. You don't
Banger
define banger
boy.
tweet since. Na
wait
Ah,
banger tweet.
you
now.
meant it. It's Pixel, man.
Let me have my
Banger boy,
moment
Joe.
now.
Pixel is actually not a banger boy.
Let me
That's the
have my
funny thing.
moment now.
No,
Mama, I don't rebrand
Ima,
her now, but anyway.
Ima is looking for the banger tweet since he don't see him. Now him be
No,
this.
no, the thing is, I am currently my rebrand stage. Everybody's doing new rollout, everybody's rebranding, so like I'm also kind of
You
in the
are
rebrand.
currently in your banger boy state. No be rebrand.
Yeah, I'm
You
in
be
my
banger
that
boy
my
now.
my Adi and Shaka era, so yeah, so you guys should watch out. Thank you.
I don't die.
Guy, they put me,
All right, man. Appreciate the submission so far. I know we have Harvey, and there's a few more new speakers in the request. But we see how much we can hold on, because I still wanted to talk about new music that came outside Davido's releases, and also Fireboy's show. I want to also see if we can touch that tonight. But yeah, man. Harvey, what's up? Hello, can you? Oh, are you speaking right now? Ooh, wow. If you're speaking right now, we cannot hear you, right? You guys cannot hear Harvey, right?
Yeah, we can't hear him. We can't hear him.
Yeah.
We can't hear him. Make it drop. Make it drop.
Yeah, you can drop you can your laughter. Anyway, yes, please drop it and try and come back. In the
Sorry,
meantime,
Imo.
yes, sir.
I know I gave a longer submission, but while you're waiting for Ivy, I just wanted to, because I didn't really want to go in depth on too many tracks, but I realized people didn't mention certain tracks, and it took Pixel talking about Victor and for me to be like, okay, nobody mentioned nothing there,
Yeah, I mean,
and
yeah,
I think that's kind of new territory.
for
If
him,
there is
right?
like, if there's anything to point out that is even like 0.1% inkling towards something new,
Yeah,
I think that was it.
yeah,
Also,
and
I
also
would, even
factor
though
in the fact that it's Celebrable that produced it as well.
fair enough, right?
I was,
Yeah, I can tell that that's an old record though.
yeah, I was definitely like Celebrable is like I don't know if he still produces actively, but it feels like Davido probably pulled him out of retirement. And he was
Yeah,
the probably your DJ Kublon, the Mastercrafts, those heavy traditional, heavy Bedu type of artist. But he kind of like changed the tempo a little bit on this one, and I was kind of
yeah,
I was pleasantly surprised by
and
that.
of course you've gone like a bit more in depth into the production side, but I'm even talking like the video's cadence,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that close to you feels like he's talking right beside you, kind of like recording. That was really nice. And I do think the song was a bit burnout coded. I don't know if that's controversial
I
because
know. I saw people saying that in the
Yeah,
chat.
it sounds like
I
there
saw
Bebo.
people saying that in the chat.
it
Like,
Sounds
sounds
like
like
Bebo.
soke. There's
yeah,
the was it not the hook or chorus that was I don't know. It's in the go like it's literally like, but they just didn't stay on it, So,
It
but
also sounds like
yeah,
Bebo on Twice as Tall.
nothing there.
mm,
Yeah, the
maybe I
Broken
have to
two
check
parts.
back.
No,
Okay,
Broken
yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So remember they were two
There.
songs.
yeah,
Yeah,
that part.
you're correct. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, man.
Also, I'll just say on Victor is too free, man. It's too fucking free. It's insane how
You
free
say it's
he is,
still
like as an
free?
artist. It's too free. Like I'm happy. I'm happy about it though. Sorry,
Oh,
that's not a
okay.
critique. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's free.
Free
He's
in what
like
sense? Like in
so like he just allows his ideas to come.
the flow,
You
right?
grab like you're recording that way and then you go water. I'm like,
Right.
this is an artist that was built in the studio.
Yeah, man. I'm
You
looking forward to
know,
Victor.
and it just shows like every time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's working on deluxe
Dante,
of the album.
be like say now you be intellectual 30 BG right now.
All right. I know we have Harvey.
I'm
Can
a
you
big fan
guys
of
hear me now?
Davido.
Please, God.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can
Oh,
now.
God. Oh, my God.
Yes, we can now.
Elon is actually dickhead for this one, but no, y'all.
I know.
There's nothing I'm going to see here that's actually new, man. Like, I'm not about to give you guys any ground discovery. But I have a question I wanted to ask, though.
Yeah.
Before I ask the question, I don't think the album was bad, but I also don't think it was good. My favorite album still remains AGT, A Good Time. I feel like the album really is slept on. Like, I don't know, people can speak about that album more. Another thought I had was this is a spillover from what's it called? What's the last one? Timeless.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like a spillover in a lot of ways and a lot of sense, right? Because like same people came, a few people that were on Timeless came on this one. There was some new touch to it, but like it's like okay, I want to put together a group of songs, a bunch of songs. I want to compile something and put out a project. And I'm just gonna do the way I usually do it. I'll market the fuck out of it and it's gonna sell.
Right.
But like as far as music goes, I don't know. It's just something I can't put my hand on. There's also something about Davido and his background that embodies Nigeria. It's like if you're in Nigeria, you understand what I'm saying. We don't understand how to do something that's excellent sometimes in Nigeria. Like this is a musical album. If you go to like government parastatals, right? if you go to administrative, if you go to Abuja, if you see the projects that we do on the roads, and then you see the project that you see in the Yankee or UK or anywhere in Europe or the Americas or Asia. Let's not even touch Asia. Let's leave Asia, because if you enter Asia, you'll be upset with everything we do in Nigeria. It's like, oh, this road is smooth in Nigeria. It meets all the requirements for a road to work. But they've not gone the extra mile to make it more than work, to make it effective, to look out for the person that has accessibility issues. It's like our standards for excellence in Nigeria sometimes can be annoying.
Okay.
I don't know if you get where I'm coming from.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean,
yeah, it can be very annoying. So,
Davido, you do this one.
I'm trying to see how this ties to.
So are you saying that his album is not?
You say Davido and the Nigerian government, they will be fuck up.
Because I'm trying to
sometimes I
tie it together.
I hate the way I create analogies, because it's something that only me gets, but like to communicate is always so difficult.
So wait, because what and maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Yes. Are you saying that like we give excuses and we do bare minimum and hype it, or I don't understand?
It's not bare minimum. It's like if Davido was to be compared to a Nigerian governor, maybe we would call him Alex Oti. Hey. He's working, no doubt. But like if you stack Alex Oti,
yeah, because it's right there now, right?
I think he's trying to say Adeleke is not working.
Yeah, Adeleke is not doing the work, in my opinion. Alex Oti, from what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's propaganda, he's working, right?
Right.
And people are happy. But like if you then stack Alex Oti against any prime minister right now in UK and the work he's done, then you would then see the stack difference. Does that make sense?
So what you're saying is that Davido has created something that is good enough for us, but it's not good enough in reality to the rest of the world.
Maybe. I don't know.
Compare it to other Nigerian stuff.
Yeah, it's like if I was an upcoming artist and I dropped Davido's album, how would you receive it?
Jimmy no go hear this one now.
I swear. Make that
okay, Harvey. Okay, yes. So yeah, I think you've started somewhere. You kind of landed your plane in a way.
If I was an upcoming artist, how would you receive the album? Is my question. And that's the main question I was going to ask at the end before I finally say one or two things I really liked about the album. Yeah. And that would be purely subjective. So it's like, it's not a bad album. Like this road now that you did, if we drive on it, is there pothole? No. But like, are there reflective markings when it gets to darkness? I don't think so. Is there a bicycle lane? I don't think so. Is there the traffic light? Is it sophisticated? There's traffic light though, but is it sophisticated? I don't think so. So it's like, there's something missing in it. And then he has gone now and covered it up with rollout and positivity and, vibes.
Rollout.
Rollout. Yeah, rollout again. Like, it's like, bro, I appreciate you and your journey in music, but that's also the double-edged sword that's killing you right now, because how many years in the industry? Or are we going to call it your decline? Because if you accept it's your decline, then no, I get it. But if it's not your decline, then you've done more, like much more better stuff than this. Like a good time is better than this, in my opinion. A better time is better than this, in my opinion.
No, please.
Wait,
Jesus. In my opinion.
Ade, please not.
In my opinion.
Thank God he said it in his opinion.
Yeah. I'm not here to drag. Like, I have heard people say all this stuff, and I didn't tell them, oh, you're wrong. Like, do you get?
Right.
So this is purely subjective. I think a good time, I prefer. A better time, I prefer. Timeless, I prefer.
Okay.
Somehow. I can't explain it. Maybe you drag with timeless. Maybe they're like twins. Like one came out first though, but like type shit. But like that's how I feel personally. Right. And then I'll drop one very controversial take. There is obviously like the markers that everyone's spoken about, like 10 Kilo, Offer. There's songs there, like undoubtedly good songs if you place them out. like on their own. But like for me, the song I even felt like caught my attention was Tech. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the sample on it, which is like one of the greatest songs of all time. And I don't know if you guys picked that up, but like Tech has a ridiculous. I don't know how he cleared that song personally, but like yeah.
Sorry, what was the sample on Tech?
Sorry, 1 second. Let me pull up the name. But everybody knows this song. Don't worry. Careless Whisper.
Oh, really?
Wait, how you guys haven't heard that?
Careless Whispers by George. What's his name? George Michael.
By George Michael.
George
yeah.
Michael's. Yeah.
Yeah. Ba-na-na-na, 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 ba. Like
I could hear something leaning towards it, but it's not a sample.
It is a sample. It's chopped.
You mean it was interpolated from it? It's not an actual sample from
No,
it?
No. Sampled. It's the same instrument. Like it's not interpolated. It's chopped, and it's placed.
Okay.
Like it's chopped in between. Not like the second. What's it called? Parts. Like the second and the fourth bar.
Gotcha.
So you've got the first, third, and last bar of the full thing.
Definitely look out for it on the next listen.
But yeah, like that's something I really liked because obviously Careless Whisper, and I kind of like what they did with the sample still. So it's not like it's a wasted sample. But the question I'm leaving you guys with is, if I, Kene, AFRODEATW Baby, that you don't know, drop that album, how would I keep you hooked on the album?
Can I even? Sorry.
I don't think it's a great question, to be honest, because I think that's such a hypothetical that obviously we can't ignore the legacy that Davido has. You can't ignore the vocal delivery that he has. I don't know if you're gonna deliver it the same way. You know what I mean? Like, so there's so many.
No.
There's so many factors around making an album that like,
with Davido's voice.
But is it going to have
with his marketing?
Is it going to
only
have
difference
I think the next big thing, bro.
Is it going to have anyway? I think what you're trying to summarize is goodwill, right? Yeah, he has
what I'm trying to summarize is
going for him.
What I'm trying to summarize is what?
He has a lot of goodwill going for him. I think most people are.
I feel like I didn't emphasize enough how much it wasn't a bad album. I should have emphasized that a lot.
No. No one's coming for you for that.
It's not a bad album.
I'm just trying
but
to
like,
help make your point clearer, right?
Yeah, but like, there's a lot going for him that's making people not, like Chibi said earlier, criticize it more.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's.
Oh, one last thing.
That's your point.
Arrangement for me sucked.
Right. Okay. Hear it. Absolutely. Hear it. Appreciate you, man.
Sorry.
Harvey.
I wanted to give an input on what the question
you just said.
On
the question?
Yeah. I think my even input is even a question on his own. Is there a way to have this conversation, right? Because on a normal P, I believe the success of an artist aids their perception.
Yes.
Like when you blown post the novelty of discovering you the first time, the things you do after that. Like to a degree that some people feel like some artists are successful because of their name and not the music anymore. You know, like that's a conversation that some people have. So is there a way to have this conversation that it is progressive or could even let me be aware of certain nuances that I was not privy to in the first place? I don't know if that makes sense.
Dante, let me answer you. On this same space, nobody had any reason to bring up WAP with Means, but we brought it up in conversation of good music.
Oh, actually, the reason they brought it up was because of songwriting.
Yeah. Exactly. We're trying to reference good songwriting, good music. There was no reason for WAP to come. WAP came out last year, Abby.
Yes, it did.
Exactly, and he came back to the conversation.
It
was about having Means on the album.
It was about having good writers, and then somehow Means comes to mind, and then WAP comes to mind.
There's a video from last year whereby they said Means was going to be on the project.
Even aside from that being said, that Means was kind of teased to be on the album. You don't think Means is good enough to be a writer for Davido?
Is it me you're asking?
Yes, I'm asking you.
No, I'm saying, no. He's asking how do we have this conversation in a progressive manner? And I'm saying, honestly, I feel like we're already having conversations like this in progressive.
Oh, okay.
good music speaks for itself. Even when you're at the top. When this guy's like Wizkid's A Million Blessings, I don't think you're gonna enter a room and ask, is it a good song? And people would like protest.
Bro,
Like
I
good
thought you were
music
going the
somehow.
other way.
No, good music somehow just says, I'm good music, guys. You can't argue about me. Not hit music, good music.
All right.
Like people just stay and say, I'm good music. Good music says to itself and the crowd that I am good music and you will not resist me.
I think I get what you're saying now. I think
Yeah.
it's like a lot more clear.
Like, yeah,
But
it's
I do
clear. Like
think people
they
can
don't used to
argue
drag. They don't
still.
used to drag if
People
it's
can
good
still
or
argue.
not. That's why I
You
use the
can.
road analogy. Like if you go to Abuja, on the highways, there's hardly potholes. If you drive at night, there's street lights. But
It depends. It
how are the
depends if on
All
a
right, all
markets?
right.
road. Sure.
Yeah,
Like,
Depends where
definitely
you
yeah,
are.
hear that. Definitely hear that. Well understood now. It's making more sense now, at least at least people definitely understand where you're coming from on that one now, better than I did earlier, to be honest. But yes, man, appreciate it, Harvey. Great conversations as usual. We have more speakers on the stage that we haven't heard from. We have Adayo, we have Ade. I don't know if there's anyone that hasn't gone yet. Well, I think everyone so far has gone beyond Adayo and Ade. So what's up, man? I know Orido. Oh, Big Bang too. Yes, Big Bang. You want to say something quickly? Big Bang. I forget that you're.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. It's just because I don't want to. It feels like everyone's piling on. I don't really want to pile on.
Right. Does it feel like
So
a pylon?
it feels like people are holding back the pile. Nobody is saying what they want to say truly. They're just using style to, because instead of insulting it, they'll say good rollout, good this one, good that one. But I get the sentiments and everything. But still, I think for me, I think Davido needs to be who he is. Like just be unapologetically him, and he doesn't have to make an album, to be honest. Like, and if he's going to make an album, he should. I don't know if you see how like his first album is listed. It's not listed on that album. It's listed as compilations. Like I feel like he should just go that route and not have the expectations of albums on it. Just because with the albums, it just feels like I don't know. It just feels something just feels off about it. So I listened to the album from off the I Said What I Said podcast because they had like a interview with him.
Right.
And I think because they had a listening party or something, and the first song was supposed to be called Conquer, and that from what I listened to, and I go on the album and I'm like, where's Conquer? Mind you, this was recorded like a week or two before the album came out, so I'm just like, okay, they are they changing stuff like right before it's coming out? And for me, I don't know. It just feels. I don't want to say rushed. It just feels. I kind of get what who's the guy that just spoke now? I get what he was
Harvey.
saying about the anyhowness of things. And the thing is like the anyhowness is good for like singles and like jams and like hits and it's good, but like for a body of work it doesn't work as much. And I just think people should play to their strengths, right? And like what they have going for them. And as we've seen, like albums are not his greatest strengths. He could make a good album. We saw that with Timeless. I think it was a really, really good album. But I just don't think it sounds like stop doing it, but like I just think he should like go a different direction in terms of what his goal is. I know Taj was saying it's a receipt transaction and everything, but I just think he should just be more like just even dive deeper into it, like into like the transaction aspect and just make it like Davido greatest hits of 2025 type thing. Like just let's just call it that and like just drop a bunch of singles and then add everything together at the end of the year. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Right. As
I
opposed
don't
to putting
as
together an
opposed to like
album
like
or
just
having
drop
a
10 singles in a year. Like
right.
because like you have the
Said you weren't
marketability
going
to
to
make
shit
every
on him, you just came to pile on him now. That's what you did.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Big Bang.
oh my god.
You say you should
Ginger,
become
please.
a guy
Ginger,
doing
please. Ginger.
collection, Abi.
Ginger.
No, wait, I'm not interrupting.
Yes,
No,
you
I
are.
just want No, no, the wetin they talk, not to gel na. A whole artist we don't dey for a decade. You see, me they do collection, me they do album. Okay,
Real.
It's a
No,
submission,
it's
man.
people that are legends that they do greatest hits for now. Come on. What do you mean?
You know how
Sorry.
like everybody will react to that though. Like they won't react
Just
well, man.
just move on. Big
No,
Bang.
I
Talk
don't
before
All
think I
right,
don't
I
all
think
talk
right,
album.
all right.
let me
Are there any other thoughts, Big Bang?
no, besides
Yeah.
the Conquer song either changing name or not being there, that was actually the main thing I wanted to
All
say.
right, yeah.
Because it
Sorry,
was a good song.
Gotcha.
just to
All
say
right.
this before anything, Ima. This thing that Big Bang just said, that's exactly how I felt about it better time. Like when I heard it, I was like, bro, you
Right.
had hits to last you for almost a year and a half. You now decided to do projects.
Got it. Real quick. Just trying to keep within our time constraints. Appreciate all the speakers that have gone. Just hear some new speakers and then we'll round up. All right. Adeayo, what's up, my guy?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
We're good. Happy belated again, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so on the videos album, right? I think it's can be a stretch if I call it disappointing. I think it's kind of like I don't see an over criticism, but it's not disappointing because it's typical. It's typical. It's done it like 3 out of 5, if 4 out of 5 if I count Son of Mercy. So that are not particularly like well arranged and like gives you an experience. So this is it for me, right? Davido's mindset from 2012 hasn't changed. He always maximizes his chances of getting a hit song. It's just straightforward. And this album gives you it. Like this album maximizes that chances. But why it doesn't give like a rounded experience, like say AGT and Timeless, is because it just lacks a bit of musicality. That's it. A bit of musicality. He's not going to be a risk taker. He has never been a risk taker. He took a risk in 2015 and it didn't work out, and since then he never took any risks again. So he stays close to what works. Amapiano has worked for the past 5 years. It's very popular. It has delivered hit moments for Afrobeat and for himself, considering his last album, he stuck to that, went for the familiar, and it worked to an extent because the best songs, the stronger songs on the album, the Amapiano songs like BDS. Still, I think the song is sounding better than when it first dropped. At least it's not like we're left with much of a choice anyway, but it's within the context of the album, it sounds better. And there's also Holy Water, but other than that, the the rest of the songs are not like, even see 10 Kilo is good, then Can't Feel My Face is good too. So it's not like particularly like bad songs. I don't like the O'Malley song. I think tempo, I think people are struggling to fit into this what tempo is trying to get them into. I think it's one of the stuff that affected Joe Boy's album. It's just like I feel like there's a bit of like a barrier of how they can hit the level tempo want them to hit, and you could practically hear him on those songs. So I think it's the same thing with Davido. I feel the song was entirely written and he just came in, did the verse, and it's just like the production. If you take away the production, the verses are terrible. I think that's probably O'Malley. I didn't. He was just mumbling through it. I don't know what the fuck he was saying. So Titanium was ass. I don't like that song. They're trying to channel what Sia did. It was like it's more annoying than motivational. I couldn't stand it. I don't like it. I think Tech is really good. I think Becky G dropped like a fantastic verse. It's very sensual. Um, Victoria Monet. Why I like the song more is that I feel Davido has this boldness that he gets people to do what he wants. Like he's not your typical Afrobeat artist that goes to like fit into your own era. Like, okay, I want to make a song with an R&B star, and I'm going to have to find the best R&B song. It's not like that. Like he was giving her Afro pop and telling her to meet him halfway. Like, bro, you meet me halfway or we're not doing this. And it worked, and she did what she's supposed to do. I feel like she's a bit underused. She could have carried that song a bit more, like impose herself on the song the way Shenshia did. So I think like overall the songs are not like bad. It just doesn't give you an experience because they're not like tied together. But these are two things that I noticed that kind of really worked They are well arranged. There's no dull moments. There can be punctuations you do not like, or you cannot say like they're not sustained dull moments as far as I'm concerned. So the song flowed into each other, from Anybody to Be There Still to Can't Feel My Face to 10 Kilo. It's actually well arranged, and I feel like it's impressive because this is all boldness. Let me not necessarily say boldness, but I felt like he knew the Omale song wasn't great and he just dumped it at the bottom of the album. And I like that because that would have like really, really affected the way I thought about the album if I had it anywhere but there. And so the collaborations were good. Then the musicality was just not so there. Like there are songs where that it didn't need to put Amapiano. Like Nothing Day was clearly an Afro, like that's fella Afro beat, call and response. Let the drums do the work. Let the like the template set by Mr. Allen do the work, but he just didn't. He just had to like lean towards the Amapiano. Even lately, that's more of like gospel infused, should be sober, offer sobriety, bit of more musicality. He didn't do that, and that's what Timeless had. Timeless had songs like In the Garden, Legends Can Never Die. Even No Competition wasn't a hit or dooms kind of song. It was very musical. Then A Good Time had songs like One Thing, One Milli. Even D&G was very musical. He had intro. But this one, it was just like it forced listeners to weigh the song on their own merit. Like there was no kind of like quote unquote deep cut. It was all singles, like potential jams. So now the thing is that listeners weigh them like, okay, between this one and this one, which is better, which is better. There's no song just for there, just like, hey, this song, we're not trying to score a hit song. It's just for the music. At least the only one he tried to do it with just didn't work. That's the Omali one. I don't think that song, the collaboration came off. So that's what I think about the album. I think it's a 7 over 10 album. It's not like it's not his best. I don't think I don't expect Davido to be dropping his best album 14 years into his career, to be honest. Same way, I also think I don't expect Burna Boy's next album to be better than Twice as Thought. It's just the law of diminishing return anyway. So, but I think it's okay. I think it's decent. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's 7 over 10. Enough good songs to get you through. Well arranged. The moment is sustained. So yeah, I think it's okay.
All right. Interesting there. I think you're the first one as had that feeling about the Malay record. But yeah, man, I think it's a different perspective for sure. Appreciate it, Adriano. I know we have Ade as well that wants to add to the conversation. Hello, bro.
Man, half an hour. Half hour.
Ade, man. Half a.
Yeah, good now. Yeah, let me just say some few things and just leave because I don't get much to talk. Like, at first, I think I will use with the intro because there's no need for that intro. Like, there's nothing special about like there was no seriousness about the album that needed that intro for you. Like all those stories, like time is Guinea con, all those stuff. Like, bro, I wasn't getting it. Like, it was just an automatic skip for me. Like, bro, just do your thing. And I'm not really surprised because this Davido, this is what he can offer. This is the best he can offer, yes. Because over time, I've learned how to just to accept it that way because there's nothing special. There's nothing special he's bringing. Like, just do your normal Afrobeat banger. Like, there's no special moment. Like, there's nothing he wants to bring that is very, very, very um like special in maybe this is an album and you're looking up something like yes, and he still matched it up with his regular piano stuff and all that. And I think the moment he was trying to do, there was one song. Is it Loyal or Lately? There was
yeah.
one song. I like for you. I won't like that song, but he still had to sprinkle my piano on it. Maybe logged on. I don't even know. Like now that one versed me past because I was having a feeling that this could have been Davido's 23, like kind of like a bonus 20, like. But then still sprinkle and I feel like that's the converse myself. Obviously, down just went that way. But I just feel like generally this album is the how they made the track arrangements might not be really that really the question is kind of way too easy and straightforward because it is the video and it's just normally feel good and just do your thing. But I think the rollout, kudos to him. He did the rollout really made a lot of like push forward marketing for him. I can't even lie on that. I must give him kudos for that because there was he had a great rollout. Like they really packaged it very well, and which made the album to have a little bit of good start. Yes. So, but when the time comes, like someone has said, good music will always speak for itself. But I just feel like um this album might just be like a Lukaku. Like this, just like is Lukaku of four strikers. You get like that in
Right.
terms of all like this. How this is the feeling of um, someone was talking about ABT the other time. I don't feel like ABT is an album for me. Like I don't so I don't even need to mention ABT. You get like that because I just feel like let it just be. And I feel like Davido's best album so far is still AGT. You get like that. Yes, still AGT and
AGT.
let's just yes, a good time.
Right. Right.
Yes. Yeah, so let's just leave it at that.
All right.
And but I love there's one record I love apart from the one with Chenze and one guy like this. Is it 450 or this?
Yeah. Yeah. Shense.
Bro, I love that record.
All
I
right.
can't even. I love that record, especially that 450 guy. I love that record. Yes, I can't lie. And for the Omalis record, the one is I don't agree with Adia. That is a good record. Just that maybe maybe because of Omalis mumbly and this thing, but all those Omalis mumbly, it complemented the melody. On God, I can't even use the me. No, so it completed the melody, and but I don't know. Maybe people need to listen to it again and listen. What they did with that record is very good. They're very good, and I can rate this album 6/10 for you. Yeah, that's just me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Man, I have a question for him. Sorry. He
For
said something about Lukaku. Can you explain it? I was very confused.
I said, like I said, this album is the Lukaku's of all. Like when it comes to Lukaku has over 400 goals already like this now. She gets, but you see, they mention top strikers. This thing like this now. Say if you mention top 10, you can't say that Lukaku will fall into it now. So you get what I'm trying to say like that. So this album just like is
I don't know if
Lukaku's
I
of all
agree, but
strikers.
So
okay.
he's a good striker, but he's not a good.
But
I don't like
you get what I'm trying to say like that. It's just
gotcha.
No,
like
I don't
Lukaku
get
of all strikers.
it.
Oh.
Okay. Is that it with the Lukaku analogy? All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
They called me a madman, but okay.
All right, guys. We'll slowly start rounding up. I just have a few speakers to wrap up the overall.
My hand has been up
I
now.
know, I
Abi,
know,
you
I
cannot
know,
see
I
my
know,
hand.
bro. I legit was just setting you up, man. Anyway, we're gonna be rounding up with Honcho and any music. I know I have someone else coming up. Let me see, because we still have a bit of people in the listeners. So let me just get them up. But in the meantime, yes, Honcho and any music can go after. Or Annie rather.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Nigerian time. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
So, okay, so the the first issue I have with this album is the intro one, because it's not the video kind of intro, because it's not something that we used to listen on David album right from time. So that's my first thing, because when I listened to it, I was like, Kilo Fagugo Joyly. I just skipped to the next track, you get.
Right.
And I want to talk about Titanium. I was on a space with Lami Wonder. I know you know Lami Wonder, right? So David Cousin that sang
Yeah,
Mary.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was his vocals was on CFMF. So he said Titanium has been fully recorded by David, because I have a video of David already record Chris verse. Like the song is just there. Like the Chris came to visit, he listened to the song, was like he liked the song, and because of their relationship, and David was like, oh, okay, and he gave him the verse, and because I have the whole video of everything David verse what Chris said, David record everything on his own. So I just want to say that about Titanium. So somebody was talking about Nothing Did I. It sounded like Babel or something. So I want you to know that we have precision on Timeless too. What about fellow would know where, so okay, we have something like that too. So it's not like, so I just want to put on that. So about the album, me, I would say his singles are me, I was my personal opinion. His singles are the backbone of this album to me. And I'll give credit to Linda and Victor for good verse, for the good verse, and Stanley tried a lot, but I could not feel that track with Stanley.
Wait, sorry.
And if
I know you're mentioning first names, but who's Linda again?
Linda is Chinsia.
Okay.
Boy,
like your babe.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
So Victor really tried with Musa. So they tried on that track. I like it. Stanley with the outro, I didn't really feel Stanley at all with David. But I don't know. Everybody's hyping the song, but I don't feel Stanley with David. And to go back to that intro, I know if it was Temilade will call her mom, and the song would be at the interlude of the album. I know I will start my call. Onyekosola.
Yeah,
Onyekosola. No, Onyekosola my call is a pastor, and it will be at the interlude of the album. I know something, but I don't know something like that about David for that intro. That's the only issue I have. And my own general opinion is that the backbone of this album is the singles from anything CMF, 10 Kilo. Really tried. People are talking about the songwriters. Young Alpha guy. I will agree to that. I'm tired of the guy. I don't even know.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to know him. I don't want to know him. I don't even like him at all. But I don't know. I think David has this album. I will not rate it over Timeless, but it's one of his best album. So I just want to put it out there. Thank you.
Mad. All right, solid, man. Hunter, I'm just curious. Who are some of your I guess favorite artists that you listen to on a regular basis? If you don't mind going through some names for us.
On a regular basis.
Name before we have to start doing research.
So
no,
the artists
I listen to Afro Adura a lot.
Okay.
Afro Adura, you know what I mean?
Give us their names.
Okay, so what are their names?
Both names.
No, I listen to Timileyin. I listen to
TML.
I listen to Raphael.
I just want to say that Taj, we have some.
I listen to Raphael. That's not Taj.
Okay, and then who else?
Let's test Taj.
Let's test
Taj.
Taj, do you know Timileyin?
Yeah, I know Timileyin.
Who is Raphael?
Who is Raphael?
Raphael, I don't know that one.
Ribena, right?
No, that's Z.
That's who?
Z.
That's Z, bro.
Z is Nathan. So,
Zlatan.
I know him right from. Yes, I know him right from Napoli when he won. I know him from Napoli when he won the ATTW competition. They gave him a Picanto. He used to stop the campus with him, so I know him since then. So
okay, so this is your
guy. Give us another name.
You always be going over and over. So I listen to.
Do you listen to Ahmed?
I listen to Ahmed too. I'm going to mention. No, Ahmed is not Afro Adura, so he's like over all of them. You get, so Ahmed is just like Ahmed is there.
I have one question.
Ahmed is there with Divine. You get Ahmed Divine, Temilade, Yeah. You get.
Hunter, I have one question.
What about Donus?
Wait. Hunter, I have one question. What's your favorite Afro Adura song right now?
My favorite Afro Adura song was Timileyin song Boss, and there's one too what's the name of this guy? I've forgotten his name.
OML?
No,
Balaram.
no, not no OML. OML is still below this thing. I'm talking about.
Don't do that to OML, man.
No,
So you
I can list
wait,
people over OML. No,
sorry,
I'm not
what's
capping this.
Is
sorry?
it right
No,
now
no,
or should they?
no. Well, Shode is trying to like rebound to Ashake, but I'm not feeling him. No, but
Oh, you trying to be a pop
uh,
star, right?
Who
First.
says trying to
so
rebrand?
So
I
okay,
will
so
Don't do
talk.
yeah,
that to
So I
Shode
said
now.
Timileyin, right?
so yeah,
So
you're an Afro
Timileyin,
Adura core, like core Afro
Like
Adura,
core, like
not pop
yeah,
star.
I
He's
talk about
better than you,
Timileyin,
Taj.
Fola.
He's
You know
more
Fola,
real.
right? You know
ever.
Yeah,
Fola.
Who
for
knows
that,
how
yeah.
before?
Yeah, Fola.
I mean, I
The
feel like
song with
that's the
the
that
song
was
with
that
Raphael.
spoke
So
for you
that
now.
song was it. So that's just my
Bro,
All right,
do
then.
you like Oluwakayode?
Yeah.
Hmm? Do you like Oluwakayode?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know the father of Afro Adura?
Tanya, who's that?
I don't know.
Omobari.
Yeah,
Omobarista.
it's very J.
His name is Coyote.
His
Yeah.
name is
I
Oluwakayode
do like.
Balogun.
I do. It did not go with that. He still stuck with that 2020 coronavirus Adura song. So
What?
No, it's funny. It's funny because we haven't spoken about Barry J's album yet, but
Bro, an amazing piece of work.
yeah, man.
Excellent.
No, but
Mid.
appreciate you,
You
Honcho,
nah.
man. Appreciate you, Honcho. Real quick, we're just gonna keep the conversation going. That was that was quite the I guess the pivot that we needed to take. But also can probably help us close it on Davido tonight, and then we'll talk about Fireboy and then some new music that we're expecting. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. What's up? Hi,
David
everyone.
there. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's Davido for 5, man. I'm just gonna say, uh, it's a good album. I rated it a 7 at first listen, and I've listened back and back again, and I think it's a good album. Just have a few problems with what we do now. I like that Afrobeat has grown to a stage where we're all looking for thematic album, we're looking for this, we're looking for that. I just feel like we should like tone it down a little bit. When we get pop albums, we celebrate pop albums. When we get albums with team, with all the kumbaya, we celebrate it. All this, whatever more we are looking for, this is just a pop album. They are good songs, feel good songs. Davido is celebrating his fifth album. Yeah, I mean, he's married now. He's in a different space from where he was when Timeless came. I mean, those are important contexts to put when listening to these songs. And nobody can say any of the songs are bad. Like, let's fucking be honest. They're not bad songs. They might not be great, like they might not be great, like you want them to be, but they're good songs. So I rated it a 7, and I just don't like that we are beginning to like lose recipe for making Afrobeat pop records. So when we see pop records, we want to turn our noses to stuff. Reminds me of when Burna Boy's update came out, and people were like, "Yeah, this and that." But we've seen what that record is doing in clubs. I saw it live today at the
Oh yeah,
Co-op Live.
Manchester, right?
Yeah, it went
Mad.
really crazy. Update is like it's fucking crazy. I can't lie. Like it's really crazy. That's a pop record. When we begin to overanalyze, that's when we lose like touch with our core Afrobeat, which like is still turn up the party. So if Davido gives us like, I mean, this album now we saw him performing at the homecoming. Was it yesterday? Like that album is going crazy. Performed like 4 or 5 songs, and people were raving along. That's Afrobeat. That's we're having a party, and that's what the album is basically for. So if you are looking for a team, listen to Malay, listen to that. We have diverse. We have like right now, say if artists don't plenty past fans, so you have range of artists you can listen to, and you can't be we can't be judging them on the same like standards and like expecting them to bring out the same thing, and that's why most of the time what we get is boring. But it's a good album. That's just what I wanted to say on Davido.
All
Good
right.
album. Shout out to Davido. Yeah.
Dope, man. Dope, man. I guess that's solid. To wrap up the conversation, and I think it's a great segue because you're in Manchester, or at least you went to the Manchester show for Burna. We were just talking about his France stadium show. I don't know if you caught that show, Ellie, or at least clips of it. I'll say.
Yeah, the France one. Yeah, I got clips
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
I got clips of
How would
it.
you say the Manchester one holds up? I guess with the is there like a is there like a consistency between those two right now in terms of like say set list and the overall feel of it? If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. It's like and seeing Charlie Poppy and the other guy as well. I mean, it's just like that's what it's on about right now. And I was at the London Stadium in 2023. Then I was at Tottenham for Wiz as well. And
God.
to be honest, I'll take Arena all day, man. Like
Arena
it's
over
just a
stadiums, right?
bro, I can't even lie. Like it's just a different feeling. The grounds were like fucking shaking. This is like I've been to two stadiums. This is like my first arena with Burna, and it was really, really mad. Like mad.
Right.
Can't even lie. Like it's mad. When when updates came up, like everywhere was shaking now. And
Mad.
some of those songs when you performing at the stadium, I mean, it's kind of open, is large, and everybody was singing along, but it wasn't really, really that explosive. So that's why I would say arena for me, man. But yes,
Nice. Dope stuff. Dope stuff. Did you catch Fireboy? Or did anyone here
no, no,
catch
no, no,
Fireboy?
no, 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 no.
Oh man. Oh my UK people. Anyway, I wanted to see if we had someone that tapped into the Fireboy show.
Oh, sorry. I was here when we started, but um, I have to go. I wanted to talk about the Lahore remix.
Okay.
It's not coming out.
Oh,
No
you've
song.
confirmed?
No, I've not confirmed. Any song that Burna Boy performs, previews, is not coming out. It's not coming out. It's not coming out.
What are you going off of?
There was one that he previewed from his MSG tour. I've forgotten that
Is
one.
it the
No,
YG Mali song?
no, YG Mali is still recent. I'm talking about far back as 2023. There was one he did about like Nigeria, like he used it as a what's this word now? Like he used it like he used
As
like
an
a medley.
interlude? Or
Yes, like an interlude in his shows. Like he always performs it in his shows, but he never dropped it on DSPs.
okay, it's not a remix. It's his own
It is not a
song.
remix. So that's what I'm trying to
Oh,
tell
but
you.
that's possible now.
Any
No,
song
but this
that
is a
Burna
song
Boy
that is already
drops
out.
is which Lahore remix is out.
No, I'm saying Lahore is an original that is out already. I'm saying like
See, well, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
yeah.
He has performed it in his show. It has turned to what they call again
To interlude.
to interlude that you'll be doing in a show. It's not coming out. It's not coming. If it was coming out, they would have dropped the track on Friday and use performance to promote it. It's not to click one button and upload it on DSP. How many contracts they want to sign that they want to? That's why it's not coming out. Burna Boy needs to drop track that he will preview first.
Right.
Needs to do that one. See the other one that he did. Is it Broken Chairs that he did? That he dropped preview of that. Oh, is for his new album. Where is it? Have you seen it? It's not coming out.
Broken chairs is wild, bro. Like
Do you mean
what
empty chairs?
Empty chairs or whatever. It's not coming out. All
broken
the
chairs
songs
is
are not
wild.
coming out. All
Everyone,
the
man.
songs are not coming out.
Speaking
If
of
everybody
Empty,
is
empty
expecting
chairs is
it,
definitely coming out though.
I thought
Empty Chairs is definitely
wait,
coming
does
out.
anyone
Yeah,
have what's the name of the next Burner album? Do we have a title yet? Cause in my
No
head.
sign of weakness.
Yeah, that's what it was. No sign of
Are you
weakness.
sure it's not Odogu Stop Music?
Lost Boy.
Lost boy. No sign of weakness.
All right, no sign of weakness, man. And Empty Chairs was a song that was teased to drop at some point. Was that was the one that had the Brimo?
It's not coming out.
And
It's not
my
coming
reason
out.
why I said empty chest is going to come out is because the picture he posted after performing at France, the caption he wrote remember what I told you about empty seats.
Chairs, yeah.
empty chairs. So definitely empty
Yeah,
chairs is
I think
definitely
he's gonna
he's going to
flex.
talk about
He's
it.
gonna flex about
The
his
song is
stadium
for
run, guys.
people like
Yeah.
for people like Lost Boy that are looking for empty chairs, looking for where to
Yo, it's
you
yet
understand kind
another
of
song addressing his
You,
Twitter
you you
trolls.
saw Shemzi, you did not call. Is me? Am I the one? Did I talk about it?
I want fear
I was.
Shamsi. Shamsi no fit come out to express himself. Say, Omo, this show I enjoy it. Guy.
Oh man. All right. Speaking of music that we are actually expecting and it should be out. Olamide announced a song with Wiz. And I don't know if there is a snippet out or it's just the album art that we're holding on to for now. Do we have a snippet out?
How
It's called Kai.
Olamide and Wiz have not dropped joint EP. It still baffles me to date. That's what.
There's like a snippet way back, but I don't
Oh,
think
is it
if
that
that's
same
what
song? Please.
yeah, if that's what
Please,
Ibrahim and
That can
Olamide
no,
want to
never
put
no,
that
out,
can never be the
that's
no,
song.
rare.
That can
no.
never be the
That's
song.
not the song.
If
No,
that's what Ibrahim and Olamide want to put
no,
out,
I don't think that's what
I'm
they're putting
scared.
out. I don't think that would be the song. If that's the song,
That's not the song. That can
bro,
never be the
I don't
song.
think it would be the song. Trust me, I don't think it would be. I'm sure they have way more that they've recorded. Anyway, um, I don't know. In terms of music, we're looking forward to, man. And we've already hinted at Omale as well. I'm looking forward to that because I'm hoping we get that soon. All right, we're gonna get into some new music that dropped this week as well. Before, because obviously Davido wasn't the only one. I haven't tapped in to other releases as much. But did anyone care to check out Dami Crane?
Please, let's talk about serious people now.
Sorry, I didn't see Dami Kernel,
I
but
did
I want
actually.
to
I
make
did
some.
actually.
Oh, okay,
I'm
good.
sure most of it is going to get taken down soon because it looks like all the features were not approved.
So you're part of the 38K streams, yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, I listened to I listened to the project, to be honest.
Yeah. And any thoughts?
No, really. They sound I mean, I just knew that most of them were like dated because from like the feature with Scales Runtown, he sounded so 2016. So it was I just knew before Scales even came out to like debunk it and stuff. So they were horrible. Like yeah, most of it were just like
Right.
but yeah, shout out them cringe, shout out.
All right. Shout out David Cray, man. Even though it's clearly out of spite. Clearly. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Did anyone tap into new Team Larry record with SDC?
Yeah, I did, bro. That shit is fire, man. Too good, bro. Too good.
Is this BSH? Okay, yeah, I feel. Trust BSH.
Yeah, the verses, I'm gonna take and go, Sam. I don't know, man. Those guys just get rap beside
Tech specifically, tech actually, tech. Yeah,
Tech on
tech,
that record?
tech.
Wow.
Yeah, tech on that record. Madness, proper madness, man. I can't even lie. Yeah, tech.
Nice one.
See, if you talk, say Lion when I take of that line, opportunity go catch him. Say Mufaka, I don't know. I said like just wicked bars. If you love rap music or you
The
love good
Lion,
music in
Mufasa,
general,
the Senator Natasha reference,
yeah,
like,
the way to connect
yeah,
them,
crazy.
and the way to connect them, so like it makes sense for real life. Like it's just perfect. Like
Mad.
Tech is the guy. Yeah.
Mad. I know Rexy dropped one with Ribena, my streets correspondent. Anyone tapping?
Nah, amazing street song, man. That I think I've been juggling through that song and the Ribena song with Rex and also TML vibes and Vasa. Is it What's his, I can't, maybe if I'm correct, Vasa. There's this guy called VASA. Yeah, Vasa. So
VASA.
they dropped a midnight convo. I think I loved TML vibe on that song also. TML. I
When did
don't
this
know.
drop?
TML is this Friday or the same day Davido's album dropped. Immediately
So
I
what did you say
seen
the
the
guy's
news.
name is again?
Vasa VASA. Is it Vasa or maybe I'm not pronouncing it right. but it featured TML vibes. So TML was the one
Okay.
that carried the
Gotcha. I've
intro
seen it. I've seen
something.
it.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
it's amazing, man. I don't know what's on TML's head. That boy is really really good.
Yeah,
And
the
for
team was solid.
Ribina, and also for Ribina, I think I hope he just gets that breakthrough. Also, he has been consistent with his with his release, with his jobs. Also, he has been
Yep. Yep.
consistent giving the streets good, really really good music form. And his last EP was
It was an
really really
album.
good. Was it an album or EP?
9 tracks.
I felt like
I
it
look
was
at it as an album.
because that project was really really amazing
Yeah,
for
man.
Magba singing. Like he really did good
Yeah.
on that project. And so looking at him now dropping this with Rexy, really 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 good. He's also doing good, and I hope he also comes out good this year.
Nice, man. Nice, man. That's dope. That's dope. Any other releases this week that was interesting to you guys that we haven't
Yeah, I
touched on?
have submission.
Yes, man.
Can
Let's
I
hear it.
go?
Let's hear it.
Because I have to bounce. So, Cult, they finally dropped their new artist.
Sorry, say that again.
I don't know if, oh, KVLT,
Okay.
a female artist by the name of Layefa.
La Yefa.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, I said after during Lona's show, there was kind of like a performance
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
served
yeah.
as kind of
I've
like
seen.
an interview.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I finally get to, so they dropped that record and another record
I
called
remember you talking about that
635.
from the show. Yeah.
Yeah,
My name is La Yefa.
um,
Gotcha.
yeah, R&B, just straight up sweet R&B.
Nice.
Very, I guess this is like introduction to her. Like it's very, very soft, it's very calm, and they're definitely like some like just singer talented. And the records, I think both of them, I mean, we're wrong, were produced by Shaba, the same guy that produced Bomb Boy for Oladapo.
Okay. Nice. Nice
Yeah.
plug.
Also, Oladapo had a event on Saturday, which was so fire,
Nice.
insane. But yeah, that's like my own submission. That's kind of like what I've been bumping aside from
That's what's
Timeless
up,
and
man.
some TI Blues. But
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
Dante, thank you. Check it out. I just added that on Spotify.
Yeah,
I'll
man. The
check it out.
branding looks fire. The branding looks clean. Like she looks.
they
Yeah.
don't.
I
Those
mean,
guys don't joke, man.
yeah. This guy's no joke. You're right. I should have. Yeah.
Yeah,
This guy's no play.
nah,
She looks
bro.
sweet.
The picture is so like the cover art
Yeah,
is
the cover
so
art is
lit.
sick.
She
Yeah.
look like I remember when she came out that day. I was like, who is this mini goddess in a sense? Like, what is going on? And then she just started like singing, and then she was singing, and the song was like very sweet,
Yeah.
and she just stopped singing at the point and started like talking, but then started cursing when she was talking. So it was kind of like duality. It was so interesting.
Gotcha.
I just can't wait to see like more of her like everywhere.
Yeah, I'll
And
definitely
also
tap
more of
in on
like
the
the
next
personality.
stream for sure. I'll tap in on the next
Yeah.
stream. All right, man. Dope. Appreciate that plug. Any other thoughts on new music? Is there any music that we're looking forward to the most? I know we've kind of closed that chapter, but I'm sure you guys have some.
Fola is dropping
Fola and
new
Benson,
Friday.
right?
No, not Fola and Benson, no single, Lost.
Okay.
Fola Lost. He
Okay.
previewed it with his kid, I guess.
On Friday, right?
Mad.
Yeah.
Shout out to
That
Fola.
Benson, I think Benson is
Benson's
kind of
album.
dropping that as his record now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He stole that shit from him. Bully as fuck.
Wait. Is that confirmed or is this agenda?
Don't worry.
Yeah. Anyway,
Junior, give us your take on the album before they wrap up, I beg.
Junior Alpha.
I think on which album was okay, David. You see, let's just leave David. It's okay if you guys say you like it. Me, no, that one was not it. I beg. Make you do another one. She now understand. All this
Alright.
I'm a piano where you pack for a side. No, I swear, I say I don't want over analyze the album. Look, can I just the chop out? But that one not be my pick at all. Like I said, I've been tweeting about these guys, the street artists, the new guys. I'm glad that I don't even spoke about Layefa because she was like one of those like people I've been looking forward to.
Nice.
She reminds me of Asha, especially on 630. Yeah, I
Okay.
love that song so much. So yeah, shout out to Dante still. And Vasa, yeah, Baba VJ, which one be Vasa again? Which one be Vasa? La Vasa, I beg.
Say
Come
it
on.
I
again.
say that La Vasa, there is the callers is all these days. I don't even know.
La
Oh, his name is
Vasa,
okay.
Vasa.
You supposed to see the number. No go talk about Vasa. Now Vasa.
They play. Vasa call.
I was about to make a dad joke right now, but I'll just keep it to myself.
I better keep up.
The way I said Vasa.
Bro, TML was crazy on Erica. Like he sounded so different in a way. I don't know. It was so sweet. VJ, I don't even notice it. It was like
I that
was
was why I said I've never heard TMO sing. Like it was more
yeah.
like it was he had these Shay vibes coded this thing, but he was still using his own like
Yeah.
it was just
Mhm.
different. I've never seen TMO vibes sing like that. It was crazy. Maybe you should go listen to it. The way he carried it from the intro down to when what's his name Vasa came in, bro. That guy is TML is good.
Right.
Nothing else. My own next
And
rated.
Yo,
Sorry, that next
real quick.
rated.
shout out to that part too.
Someone on Twitch just reminded me. Wiz and Ira. The record has been teased. God
Mm.
damn. What are your thoughts on that snippet
I
so
think
far?
that simple was always good. It always had good reception on its like I think people expected her to drop that instead of All the Love. So and now Wiz is on it. That's crazy, but I don't think it's dropping anytime soon. But yeah, because I feel like they want to push All the Love in some sense. Because having a video, I'm seeing our visuals right on TikTok. So like,
Right.
yeah, I think that's something maybe next month or something. I don't think it's dropping soon,
I mean,
especially with a Wiz record.
it feels like it's going to drop soon. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Mm.
I don't know why it wouldn't
Maybe.
because
I
it
don't.
feels like right. There's decent reception to it. Is heavy. It looks like it feels like it's a dance utility type of song. People can move to it. Um, I don't know why she'll hold that one back past the summer at least, or past when everybody is coming out for shows and everything. I feel
I
like it's
guess
good time.
so.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess so. I guess so.
But this was a snippet she had teased before, right? Like I think last
Mm-hmm.
year.
Yeah. She says I think December.
But now we're just hearing the Wiz portion.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, made me,
I think
it took me back
I
to what
think it's
happened.
perfect.
Why? Wait, why are you
I
laughing?
think it's perfect.
Junior, what's funny?
No, there was like something happened on the tail where she dropped that.
Oh, because
Like,
of
she was
which was
wearing
dog
the
walking somebody?
my yeah. It took me back. I'm like, nah,
Niggas.
man, this app is crazy.
Anyway, Sha. Any other things before we call it a night? This was yet another fun space.
Let me
Appreciate
do PR
everybody.
for TML again. You guys should go and watch TML's live in concert. Dapper released this full the headline show he did in December. They released like the full
TML
stuff on
had a
YouTube.
headline show in December.
Yep. And it was
Headline.
crazy. Yeah.
This wasn't
So
Trench
just
Fest.
him. Doesn't Trent Fest was
Yeah,
just fully TML performing
it was
for
full
more than an
TML
hour, bro.
performing.
Yeah,
I
it was
was
just
I
him,
was I
just
was
It
TML.
present.
was
Oh yeah. Okay.
crazy,
And
bro.
then there's a clip of it where.
On YouTube, Dapper uploaded like 3 days ago.
Okay. All right. I know where I
It
come from.
was crazy. I can't lie. He previewed
Shot.
like I think 2 unreleased songs too. So
TML.
man, that's insane.
All right.
I
That's
guess
what's up.
there's
That's what's up, man. We definitely check that out. Appreciate you guys for tapping in, everyone listening, everyone contributing, and everyone listening back. Definitely hit the follow on the space account if you haven't. And yeah, we look forward to the conversations next week. We should be expecting some much more music to talk about, and overall, as things are opening up, we'll be seeing good things and good wins for everyone over time, man. So appreciate you guys for tuning in.